press to go live. It should be working. How's everyone doing? Let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me, all that sort of crap. So I know you know that I'm live. Yeah, that works. How are we all doing? Welcome in. My name's Andy. And I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to come and hang out with me and all these wonderful people. I really, really do appreciate it. I really, really do appreciate it. How are we all doing today? Welcome in, everyone. Thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out with me just for a little while. Even if it's just for a little while. Even if you only got one little thing to do. How are we all doing? How are we all doing? Thanks so much for stopping by. Daniel, welcome in. Flamingo, how are we doing today? Tom, welcome in. Hector, you legends. How are we all doing? How are we all doing? Veve Vibes, you absolute legend. Manfred, welcome in, mate. How's it going? Blaine, welcome in. Good evening. And my dude celebrating the 7k today. Well, we've not had it yet, mate. We've not had it yet, but we are getting close. That's why we're doing the 6.9k celebration. I'll actually tell you what I'm on. I'll tell you what I'm on right now, mate. How you doing, Austin? Welcome in. We are on 6,965 subs. What the hell, man? Holy crap. In two weeks, we basically went from 5k subs to 7. In 2 weeks, like, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? How are we all doing today? Welcome in. Kurt, yo, my man, what's going on? John, welcome in, you legend. How's it going? Yo, Honk, how's it going, mate? Welcome in. Jordan, my man, welcome in. How's it going? Thanks so much for stopping by. There are way too many people here for Andrew to only have 7 likes. Hit that like button, guys. If you're enjoying the channel, if you're enjoying the content, hit that like button. Smash that subscribe button, man. Smash it. So you see like every Fortnite YouTuber doing. And be sure to smash that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content. Because there's more where that came from. Hit that like button if you enjoy. We will hit 7k live. I doubt we'll hit it live. That would be quite nuts. I think was that like 40 odd subs and 35 subs on a live stream. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we could hit it. Who knows? If you're on Twitter or something and you want to retweet the live, then you can, because then maybe that could put some people onto it. I don't actually know how else I could advertise that I'm live and we could hit 7k on stream. But welcome in, everyone. How are we all doing today? Thanks so much for stopping by. Lucy, welcome in, mate. Thanks so much for stopping by. Mariam, welcome in. How's it going? Oh, how I've missed the market today, mate. Same. I had uni today and I had some work with some clients I was doing today, and I like in between the calls I was always going to my phone. I was like, fuck, I can't do anything. There's nothing to do now. What do I do on my phone? Smash that like button for Andrew's American accent. You've got to. I mean, that's all a part of it. That's all a part of it, mate. Been subscribed since 1k. Maverick, absolute fucking legend, mate. And you're still here at 7k. Still here at 7k. How are you doing, mate? How are you doing? And on to 12k when they announce Pokemon next month. Oh my god. Imagine they actually do announce Pokemon like next month or something. Because none of us really expected Disney to come when it came. But it did. It came when? Like December? No, it wasn't December. When did Disney come? October? October the 28th, wasn't it? October the 28th, Disney's Medium article of their partnership. And then it was from like November the 6th to the 11th? Something like that. Clown! Choose life, choose a job, choose a career, choose a family, choose Veve. I love that. That's like a Toyota ad or something like that. Affordable, sustainable, reliable. Veve. We need to come up with one for Veve. Omi, how are we doing, you legend? Thank you so much for stopping by. How is it going? By the way, Omi the Clown, if you don't already know, I mean, if you watch my channel, you should know. But Omi the Clown is the creator of the amazing site, Economy Wiki. So if you do want to learn about the markets, understand the markets further, see what they're about, learn about your portfolio, and so much more yet to come, go check them out. Go check Omi the Clown. Go check out their Twitter. Go check Economy Wiki. You'll realize that this is what you're gonna get. That it's gonna be the best thing you ever do. And you've also got to whip in the fucking train spotting tweet as well, and then bring in the quote in here. Choose life. Choose a job. Choose a career. Choose a family. Trainspotting is good. I really enjoyed Trainspotting. And you know what, actually, like, people are going to kill me that I only watched the two, when was it? Maybe 6 months or so ago for the first time. That was the first time I'd actually watched them. And that's quite bad because I am Scottish, but they are really good. They are really, really good. Goofy, the new king of Veve. Kurt, what do you think about the drop on Saturday? What do you think is going to be happening? Energy, what's up, you legend? We've got so many legends in here. Energy, actually, if you don't know Energy as well, Energy has been creating NFTs for the content creators. I think it's out with the content creators as well. I think there's some people who are on Twitter and that, so I guess they would be classified as content creators as well. But he was actually very, very kind to make me my own NFT. My first ever NFT that's related to me, and I'll try and actually get it up for you right here to show you what it is. But my MetaMask is taking the piss out of me right now that it's not allowing me to do it. But I've got it here. So I actually got my own NFT made. Can I? Yeah, I can show the screen. Can I show the screen? Yeah, there's nothing here that's bad. I actually got my own NFT. Look at that. That's absolutely nuts. That's absolutely nuts. Yo, Druv, welcome in. By the way, Druv, how do I say your name? Am I saying it right here? Druv, is that how I say your name, or am I getting it really wrong? Tell me you realize that was like, yeah, don't worry, I got it. I'm going all in on Saturday. You're going all in, mate. How many gems you got ready for it? How many you prepared to commit? You committing at the highest level? I want Darth Vader secret there. See if we get any form of Jedi or Sith whose lightsaber moves. Who's even got a lightsaber? Oh my god, man. Oh my god. So go follow Energy on Twitter, by the way, because he's a legend. He's an absolute legend. Yeah, what do we all think about the drops coming up? What do we all think about the drops? Are we excited? Are we disappointed? What are we thinking? Tell me. Talk to me. Pokemon and Veve would be mental. Obviously, we still don't know. About whether or not Pokemon themselves will go their own route. Because what we found in the past, and from some of the research that I've been doing when it comes to Pokemon, is they're often not the most sort of adaptive when things like this come out. Now, it's not to say they aren't, because remember they done Pokemon Go, you know, that was very forward thinking for what they were doing. So some of the sources that I was reading, they weren't maybe the best when it came to it, because they were saying that Pokemon themselves and the company, is it Niantic, don't always take the leaps that other companies do as quickly as they do. So maybe we have to wait a while longer, but who knows? None of us really know where this space is actually going, and we can only just guess at the moment to see where we're moving forward with. Nathan, I just seen Nathan's name and knew it was going to be about subtitles. How you doing, brother? Welcome in. Dan, you have 39 gems. Awesome. Well, that's... If you can get a few more, you'll have enough for the drop on Saturday, and I'd definitely do it. Some use case is coming. Oh, some use cases coming for the NFTs. And I'm also, like, I'm not going to say too much about what I'm planning, but the NFTs that are mine are going to have some form of use case as well for them in the future. So if you do happen to ever get one of those of mine, and I know the person who won the giveaway has probably got one a while back, you will get some use cases for that. It's not just going to be sitting there just for a card. There is going to be further use cases as well as what Energy's saying as well. And Economy Wiki should charge money. Usually when people put in consistent work on something that provides immense value, they charge for it. Exactly. And that's why I fully support Omi the Clown on everything that they're doing. Because they've put so much work into making it what it is. And it's incredible. I use it every day. And I learn about the market every day through it. So 100%, mate. If someone provides value, they should be compensated for it. Especially when it costs money to actually run. You know? Because it's not free. Most things in life aren't free to run. You can't just do them and set them up. And if they are, then usually they just aren't as good because they're not utilising tools that are paid tools, you know? Being subscribed, mate, that means the world. Giorgio, how you doing, mate? Welcome in. Buddy Brown, welcome in. How are we doing today? How are we all doing? Gab, welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Daniel, thank you for the comment, mate. Thank you for the comment. Thoughts on John McGinn? What, the footballer? Yeah, good footballer, I suppose. Good footballer. Someday you'll have so much power, your videos make NFTs you talk about spike in price. Mate, that, you know what? Tom, that actually like worries me a bit, in all honesty. Like, that genuinely worries me a bit. I don't want to become a person who, I just don't want to be someone who makes a video and everyone goes and buys just purely because I spoke about it, you know? I know it's kind of unavoidable at this point. Like, once it gets to that stage, you can't really avoid it. But at the end of the day, I've always had the best intentions for people who are watching the video. It's not like I'm someone who wants to just go and pump my own bags. I feel I'm pretty honest with all of you. When it comes to what I have or like what I pay attention to, there's a lot of people who ask me in the comments about specific collectibles and that I don't have, and I just tell them, listen, I can't give you any good information because I just don't have it. And if I do, then I tell them, listen, like, I've got it as well. And it does scare me a little bit that I never wanted to come across to people that I'm trying to pump my own bags. At the end of the day, we're here to make money and grow in ourselves, but we're also here to help other people do that as well. And I think as long as people understand that line where it's crossing and what I'm trying to not cross, then I'm sure it'll be fine, you know? Why is Givenchy pumped so much? If I'm not mistaken, Ray Fixie was posting about it on Twitter about pumping the price up of Givenchy. So I'm pretty sure that's why it pumped up. It was just a manipulation in the market. It wasn't, I don't think it was organic anyway, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw him tweet about it like 3 or 4 times over the last couple of days, and a lot of people bought into it, so I think that's why it's grown. But it's not to say that it isn't a good piece either, you know, it's not to say that it's a bad piece. Rewind Collective actually partnered with Coinbase as well over the last few days, so that again is adding to the level that Givenchy can offer, because obviously Givenchy is the first time that Givenchy's been on any platform, especially within NFTs, and the Givenchy poster is the only one that's actually commissioned by Givenchy as well. So I think that's maybe why the pumps happened in different areas and what it's all led to. Goofy, the new king of Veve. What's everyone's thoughts about it? Do y'all like it? Do you think we'll have a drop of Clash of Clans? Do you reckon we ever would do something like that, Gab? I don't actually know. I'm not 100% sure. Terminator drop would be very cool. I believe we have the company who done Terminator. Who done Terminator? Who made Terminator? Who made Terminator? Who made Terminator? Vivendi? Oh, no, I don't actually know if we have Terminator. Was Terminator done? Which company created or owns? Would it be owns Terminator? Is it still Vivendi? Yeah, it's still Vivendi. I actually don't know if we have Vivendi. I don't know if we have Vivendi or Skydance Media. No, I've never heard of them. We might not actually have. We might never get. We might never get that, but still, it'd be a cool one. I'm not really that big of a fan of Terminator. I'm 22, so I didn't actually grow up with Terminator, and I don't really care for the movie, or the movies that were released, but yeah. Anyone else salty? Komi Wiki now charges 10. I'm not at all. I think the level of value that I get from a Komi Wiki is way above what $10 is for me a month, personally. I've made thousands through the results of what Komi Wiki has helped me to do. So personally, no. I think whenever you're being charged for something that gives you value, then there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Not even 1k more subs every stream. Bro, you fell off. I know, Felix. I know. I'm 35 subs off. 35 subs off. It's shocking. I'm disgraced at myself, to be honest with you, mate. It's absolutely disgrace, isn't it? I can't believe I've done this and I've not really reached the full potential that I knew you were expecting of me, mate. I'm so sorry. Felix, how we doing, mate? Welcome in. I had 60 hours of screen time on Veve last week. No market today has been killing me. Maverick, what have you been doing on the market? What have you been looking at the moment? Or were looking at before the market was down? Yo, Linton, thank you so much. No, I wouldn't stop, mate. I wouldn't stop. I'm meaning, Linton, my reasoning was sort of like, I never want people who are coming to my videos to think I'm only speaking about certain collectibles because I have them. But if you've been in my videos, you'll know that I don't do that. Like, that's not my intentions. And I also speak about a lot of things I don't have. I've spoke about, like, the secret rare Spider-Mans, and I've spoke about a ton of things when it comes to the blue chips that I just don't own. So I have no problem with speaking about things that I don't own that I know are very, very good. Wait, what did Veve just tweet? Veve just tweeted something. It's a partnership. Is that what I saw there? Pele Fantasy. Hold the phone, guys. Hold the phone. Did I say that right? Culture is the best vehicle to connect emotionally. As long as people like glove puppetry, Pele Group will work hard to make puppet drama and promote glove puppetry to all corners of the world. For more than 30 years, Pele has been creating IPs and producing movies and TV shows. The TV show The Thunderbolt, the movie The Legend of the Sacred Stone, Thunderbolt Fantasy, Swords Travel in the East, which has taken Japan by storm, and Pele Fantasy, War of Dragons Netflix. Nowadays, Pele's work has transcended land, language, and cultural barriers and becomes a unique international entertainment. Holy shit! Let's watch this video. I'm not going to play with sound because we'll get copyright struck. Whoa! Okay. Is anyone in here heard of Pele and Pele Fantasy? Anyone like understood what they are? I know all those words. Are they saying them in English and I don't have them on now because they're saying them in English and now I can't understand anything? And they've just got the subtitles in Japanese? I think. Please don't cancel me. Right. Hold on. Does anyone maybe know why this could be? We've got McGinn. Well, I love it. That's what you're chanting here. Love it, mate. Love it. Are you a fan of McGinn as well, I'm guessing? Super John McGinn. I just don't think you'd understand. Okay. Okay, chat. It's not bad of a show. It's not in English. Okay, that's fine then. I just didn't want to get copyright struck for the if there was music in it, because I've had that happen with another one I done on live stream. I don't have monetization. Can anyone clear this up for me, by the way? Right, I don't monetize the YouTube live streams because, one, I would rather you just be able to watch without having to watch ads, and two, am I able to listen to copyright music on stream, or will the video get taken down if I listen to copyright music? I'm not monetizing the stream. I don't have monetization on for the streams, but will that get taken down? Will the video get taken down? Does anyone know? Stephen, welcome in. How are you doing? Right, chat. I don't think like everyone who's like on Twitter will know how important this might be. Don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I can do it. Honestly, I don't think I can do it. I play non-copyrighted music and have for the whole time, but I don't think I can do it. This means we're getting closer to localization. This means we're getting closer to localization, which again means they're focused. If I'm not mistaken, Pele Fantasy was Japanese. Am I correct? Yes, it was Japanese. We are coming closer and closer to localization. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. Why partner with a company that took Japan by storm? Why partner with a company that took Japan by storm? Veve have always been aiming for localization for a long, long time. But this is big. This may be a lot bigger than people think. Obviously, the migration happened today. Massive congratulations to Akome. It's still in the works right now. It's still just getting there. Obviously, localization is going to take time to get all different languages on Veve. It's going to take time for it to work properly in all different sectors. It's going to take time. But this is an amazing, amazing step in the right direction. And also, David Yu's quote with this: I'm excited to introduce martial arts fantasy heroes and understand the importance of cross-culture that Pele will bring together with a new audience to the Veve platform. Holy fuck. This is amazing. This is amazing, amazing stuff. This just shows us that they are continuously working towards localization of the app. And remember, we kind of only have, like, yes, you have more countries in the whole, like, atmosphere of things that are more than English-speaking countries, but that's the only language you have on Veve at the moment. That's the only language you have. Yes, in the Discord you have things like French and Spanish and Portuguese maybe. And there probably are channels in the Discord. I actually don't spend time on Discord anymore, so I don't know if they have them or if they've added them. But I know Veve as a Twitter has a Spanish one and a French one, if I'm not mistaken. This is just the next step in the right direction. Localization, so clockwise localization is basically just like spreading it to every area of the world, so that we have like the Japanese language on Veve. People who are from Japan and their common tongue is Japanese, then they would have the ability to do that. So bringing in basically the world to Veve, because as of right now we only have English speaking languages on the app. It's only English. Do you think I'll have a drop? I hope they have a drop for Clash of Clans. That'd be kind of cool. My account has been disabled a bit more than a week, and I've already got a Todd and Nightwing black and white figures real, and the new Todd POP figure pre-ordered. Free the account! Free the account, Jordan. Have you sent in a ticket and all that? Right now, I guess there's just nothing more you can do than wait. I'm sure if it's a false positive, then they'll give you it right back. But I guess that's just the way that their bot works. You know, it probably just catches some people by accident, and then they'll have to do it. You know, they'll have to switch it. Why don't you post on Instagram? I used to, with my other like business. I do like habit building with people. I try to help people build better habits, and I do want to bring that into the NFT space. So I kind of stopped doing that so I could focus solely on doing this at the moment. But I do plan on posting again and a little bit more towards the NFT side in the future. I just wanted to make sure that I was giving a lot of my energy to something that I was really passionate about, and this was YouTube. And you know, I mean, it's definitely paid off at the moment anyway. Nathan, how was work today, brother? How was work? You were working today, weren't you? Stephen, how are you doing as well? Welcome in. They got, yes, Asia's adopted a lot of new technology over the last decade or so, and are continuing to move like very fast with what they have done. If we can bring in, yo, Spade, welcome in, how you doing? If we can bring in localization, oh, that's a big thing for Veve. Think right now, okay, we had like what was the highest we reached the gems bot? It was like 1.4 million, wasn't it? 4.5, was it 4.5, 3.8 million or something gems purchased in the day? Like, remember, that's not anywhere close to the amount of maximum users that we can get on Veve. We've not even touched any other area in the world apart from English-speaking countries. Technically, you know, it's not to say that people who are Spanish and that couldn't use Veve. I'm not saying that's the case, but I'm meaning just an ease of use case. That's it. But just stick to non-copyrighted stuff if you do. Yeah, honestly, mate, I usually do that, and I've done that for streaming anyway on Twitch. On Twitch. So I was just planning on keeping it that way. I was just curious if that was the case. Jill, welcome in. Shaq, welcome in. They might get muted. Yeah, that's what they do on Twitch. They just mute it. Tons of people just use copyright music and then they just mute the VOD. So I'm not actually sure. An update, please. On what? Omi? I don't think there was any further update that they'd given. Just that the migration had happened. There were still a few tweaks that they were making, but we are now, like, Omi is now live on the Ethereum network, which is fucking nuts, man. It's absolutely nuts to think about. It is absolutely nuts to think about. Yeah, so the swap site's now live. Omi is officially live on Ethereum. Now, it's not, they've still got a lot of, they've still got a few tweaks they need to do. It's not completely finished, but yes, it is on the Ethereum network now, which is insane to think about. It's been a long time coming, and I'm very, very excited for the future. Justin, welcome in. How you doing, mate? How you doing? Jackson, welcome in. How's it going? My boy's account locked too, only has 10 gems in it. Pretty bad, no communication from Veve, been a month now. Imagine locking Wales account incorrectly. I know, the thing is, it's quite hard, to get it all right. You know, at the end of the day, Veve are going to have their own system set up to catch automatically. It's not like someone sits all day like going through each account, scrolling through them and just like, you know, I fucking hate this guy, I'm going to ban them. It's a bot that catches it. You know, it's their own system that actually catches their account. So at the end of the day, you know, it's maybe tweaks on their part for their bot of what it actually catches. And I think over time, as it learns more, it's gonna do better. You know, it will hopefully do better with it anyway. Again, we don't know the ins and out, and the problem is, you know, not like your friend, because you obviously know your friend, so it's different in that case. But there's definitely some people who may not have the same protective case as others. You know, because we don't have all the background information. Only the person who owns the account and Veve have the actual data for the background of their own account. So at the end of the day, I understand that some false positives will happen, but you're never going to get things 100% right. It's just not the case. Veve are in a very big growing stage, and I understand there's going to be issues, and I understand there's going to be problems, and I understand a lot of people are going to be frustrated. At the end of the day, you know, we have a choice whether or not we want to stick with that company or not, and we have a lot of other companies we can choose from. It's just, it's all up to you at the end of the day, you know. It's all up to you and what you decide to continue to support, and if that's something that you're okay with potentially happening to you. Because it's not like it doesn't happen elsewhere. You know, OpenSea do it as well. OpenSea have blocked accounts that shouldn't have been blocked, and every other company has definitely done that before as well for some people when it does this sort of system, or where money's to be made. But I guess some people don't really like that because it's not a nice thing, you know. No one wants it to happen to them. What do you think of Supergirl? Only 3,888 mints. She's an ultra rare F8 and looks awesome. I've had Supergirl for so long. I've had Supergirl. I've had Supergirl for so long. It's honestly been nuts. I've just held her and will continue to hold her for a long time. I really like her. I really like the ultra rare and how she completes the set as well. Sorry, I'm just hiding the two users from the channel. I love the set and have for a long time. So it's not something that I've ever really what's the word for it? I don't really pay attention to her price, you know, because I just enjoy what she is. I just enjoy her I just enjoy the NFT as a whole, and that set as a whole. DC Cover Girls, it's the first Cover Girls set for the Superwoman, and I've got them all. I'm going to be holding them for a while because I think it's awesome. Yo, we got a subscriber there. Fuck. Was it Mohammed? I think I saw it in the corner of my eye. Was it Mohammed? Mohammed, thank you so much for the subscription, mate. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Kryptonite, welcome in. Shankster, Getsy, thank you so much for being here. Getsy, I know you were here, but thanks so much for being here. Ben, how's it going? Nick, welcome in. Thanks so much for stopping by. John, how's it going? Remax, welcome in. Thanks so much. Yeah, you should go. Definitely go to Quid. Definitely go to Quid. You know, if you hate Veve, go to Quid. Quid's amazing. Ugh. Personally, Quid's not my type of thing. I'm not a big sticker fan, to be honest with you. I would much rather stay with Veve. Personally, I would much rather stay with Veve. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Yo, David, welcome in. Currently watching from Portugal, bro. Been learning so fucking much from your content. Keep it going. Yo, David, I appreciate that, mate. How are you doing today? How are you doing? Would anyone give a price prediction for upcoming drops? I might do Inside the Vault tomorrow for the video. I might do Inside the Vault tomorrow. I could do Inside the Vault for both drops, like in one video. I would need to do research, but I would need to do my research quickly if I'm going to do that, because I'm actually quite busy tomorrow. Okay, let me stick with me. I'll try and do that for tomorrow. Daniel, welcome in, mate. How you doing? Yo, Vinny, welcome in. Thanks so much for stopping by. I might do Inside the Vault tomorrow for the Marvel drop and the Disney drop, and just do them as one, because I don't do videos on Saturday. And the drop tomorrow for the Marvel's happening then. I'm gonna have to price all of them individually as well, aren't I? That'll be hard. Okay, I'll try my best. I'll try my best to do it. Not promising anything, but I'll definitely try my best. I will definitely try my best. Oh, do you reckon we'll ever get Rick and Morty drops? That would be very cool. Imagine for like season 6 we get a Rick and Morty drop. Oh, amazing. I love Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty's good. I really, really do enjoy that show. I'm only salty about Komi Wiki because I don't have a job. I feel that, mate. I feel that. You know, and I understand some people won't be able to pay for the graphs or anything like that, but there's still amazing free stuff on the site. So I highly recommend still using it because it's amazing. It's absolutely incredible. Quid is just a sticker. Yeah, Quid's the stickers. Quid's the stickers. It's not to say it's bad, it's just to say it's not my kind of thing. Why is the market closed for Veve? Shellovs, this is because Okomi, or OMI the token is moving to the Ethereum chain, so there has to be quite a few like big processes that happen alongside that, and the market's closed for that reason. So that's why it's there. We the people, yo, we the best music. DJ, fuck me, I don't know why he says that. The voice of reason in this space. Yo, people, how you doing? Thanks so much for stopping by. Thoughts on Spider-Man Mighty? I fucking love it, Archie, not gonna lie to you, mate. I really want the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin is one that I am like the most sought after, and I hate that it's an ultra rare because I know it's gonna be expensive. Yo, Splint, thank you so much for the kind words, mate. How you doing? Sniping low mic comics is an addiction, and then turning that money into Marvel Mighties is the game. Can't wait for tomorrow. Love it, mate. I mass bought, well, not really mass bought, I kind of mass bought some Marvel Mighties over the last couple of days, because if I'm right, the market should rise. The market should rise after Sunday, after Saturday, after the drop, unless, of course, we get another massive drop that's happening the week after. The gems should be spent somewhere, so I'm planning to maybe make some profit there, sell some things off, and then buy into some other things that I want that have just released, so like the Disney and the Marvel stuff. But I'm guessing I'm gonna have to just wait and see. As I said in my video like a couple days back, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Putting my money into something I believe is going to rise, and then I'll maybe make a video to show you if it worked or if it didn't, and maybe if we can find a pattern within the market when it comes to drop days, and then after drop days, and maybe how to make some money. China, mate, the stuff's amazing to see. Benjamin, welcome in. How you doing, you legend? Evening, pal. Keep up the great work. Really enjoying the content. I'm a little late, but how's the road to Riso going? You stacking? Road to Riso is going really well, actually. And don't worry about, you're never late, mate. You're never late. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Road to Riso is going fantastic. I think I am holding quite a few things at the moment. I decided to buy things when it was quite low, and I'm deciding to maybe hold them for like a 2-week period, because what I want to do with the videos when I do each episode, I want to try like all different market strategies. So I want to do like a little bit of a medium term hold. I want to do a longer term hold. I want to do mass buying, I want to do quick flipping, I want to do comics, and I want to show that on the videos so that when I make the mistakes, people realize where the mistakes are, and we can have that data right in front of us. So it's going really well so far, and I'm enjoying it. I've made a good few more gems since the first episode, but right now I'm holding a little, just to see how things move and what prices I could get if I hold for certain periods of time with certain collectibles. So yeah, it's going great. How are you doing today? Kian, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome in. Dan, there's an absolute legend. How are you doing, mate? Welcome in. You could get an account strike and possibly have your channel shut down. Yeah, that's why I'm just planning on not and just using normal stuff, you know? Big legend, thank you so much for the subscription. You are a big legend, mate. How you doing? Just stacked 8 Ultramen. Smart. Smart. Wait, how did you... Wait, is the market open? How did you get them? When's comes the payout? We've not actually had any more information other than they said it was going to come in a few weeks. I presume it will take a few months for every single person to get it, but if it's not your kind of thing, totally understand that. What do you think will happen once they introduce cashing out in Veve? Will there be a massive sell-off at first, or people who want out and it will bring in more? I think there'll be a mix of both, Tom. If they do it the way I feel they're going to do it, I don't think there'll be that much of a sell-off as quickly as people may think it is. The problem with Top Shot, right, was when they done the cash out, they gave it to everyone right away. So everyone cashed out. If Veve do it periodically, where they let more and more users come into it over time, people will sell off, but that sort of 20 to 30,000 new user base that are coming into Veve will then see that things are going on a deal that maybe wanted before and then buying into that, and I think that will actually help the market. And then you could also see people who have been denying that Veve is a legit company for the longest time, now don't really have that to say if the cash out option is available, and then having the biggest brands and licenses in the world, that might attract quite a lot of people into the space. So to me, if Veve continues to be successful the way they are being successful right now, I could actually see an increase in the market in some of these things. I could actually see an increase in the market in some of these items, especially the very sought after ones, if things play out in the right way. Maybe a dumb question, but do you think even in the slightest that golden moment's going to drop a little bit? I really want one, but damn, it's a lot of gems. Linton, I understand that, mate. Now, Veve Vibes mentioned that he thinks the Disney golden moments will actually shoot up over the next coming days. Now, I I do agree. I think they'll continue to be good. I think there's always potential for some sort of drops, but I don't know when there comes the point that people realize the Disney golden moments are so significant to what Disney is as a whole that they just don't really drop the same way others do. You know, is there a price point in a certain collectible that you're looking to get and you're looking to get at? Because we can maybe see what the price is at now and see if it seems like as a relative possibility that could happen. Yo, Ninja, welcome in. Beyond, welcome in. How are we doing? No market, but at least Andy streaming. How you doing, mate? Welcome in. Finally made it to a live stream. What's good? How you doing, mate? I'm doing great, Ninja. I'm doing great. How are you? How are you? Clockwise, thank you. With OpenSea, you hold your own private keys. With Veve, they hold your keys. This may change in the future if we're able to sell on a mutable market. Currently, Veve is quite centralized. Yes, I saw some people complaining about Veve not being decentralized last night, and I got quite confused on that front. You know, Veve never spoke about their company being decentralized. You know, so I don't know what people were up in arms about Veve being centralized. They're partnered with the biggest brands in the world. You know, that often takes quite a centralized route, especially in the world that we're in right now. And it's not to say that decentralized aspects will be involved moving forward, but people were complaining about it on Twitter last night, and I was kind of confused just because Veve have never spoken about trying to be this decentralized platform. Their focus wasn't on that in general, you know. It was about helping collectors love to collect. But I understand people always have their concerns and queries with things that go on. And I do believe there will be interoperability. And I think as well, fuck, what was I going to say? My mind went blank. I think as well, what was I going to say about interoperability? Yes, Ecomi and Veve, the founders have talked about how the companies who they're working with aren't stupid. You know, they're not dumb. They see the profits that companies are making being interoperable to different websites. I know for a fact companies like Marvel and Disney and DC will all see the success that Veve's been able to bring them, probably a lot more than they ever expected. I presume they're going to want more of that. And by doing and open it up to different platforms, it can do the same. But do you know actually my opinion on some of the things? I genuinely believe that people will want their collectibles on Veve as we move forward. Everyone right now is up in arms about OpenSea. Oh, we want it on OpenSea, we want it on OpenSea. But at the end of the day, you lose out on all the features if you have it on OpenSea. Having the ability to put it on OpenSea is great, fantastic, that's fine. Fine by me, I'm totally okay with that. But I genuinely think if Veve continues to be the success that we see Veve being, people will want their collectibles on Veve, not off Veve, you know? And I think that's the way it goes, especially if we're thinking long term here. Yo, Ben, welcome in. I'm doing great, mate. How are you doing? Blockchains can be centralized or decentralized, public or private, up to the company. I can see why Veve went the way they did. So can I. I totally understand why Veve went centralized. And I don't know if people on Twitter were just maybe really annoyed that they weren't decentralized, but there's plenty of other decentralized platforms out there that you can go and support. And this is the thing that I always bring it back to, you know, no one's forcing you to support Veve or Ecomi. No one actually gives a fuck whether you support it or you don't. You've got the free choice to put your money where you want. So if you've got such a complaint that, and by the way, Clockwise, this isn't on you, by the way. This is what I saw on Twitter. This isn't about you. You just put up a good point. But I always just feel if you don't like the company and the way the company's moving, go fucking elsewhere. There's plenty of other things to invest in. I always think that's such a stupid thing when people were only complaining about something, and you're like, you do realize no one's forcing you to be here. No one's paying you to be in this space. No one actually cares whether you're here or not. So if you don't like it that much, why don't you just leave? And then if you're really digging down to the truth here, it's because they know they can make financial gain from it, and therefore they don't want to try and give that up. They're not here for the community. They don't give a fuck about the community. They just want the money. And I know some people are like that. There's nothing wrong with it, but the love I've now got for collecting, and I mean, I bought a fucking physical Todd. I've never collected anything in my life. And I bought a physical Todd McFarlane Batman and plan to buy more. So it's one of those things, you know, you've got to decide why you're here. And You've got to decide why you're here. You've got to decide what your morals and intentions are. And if you don't like something enough for you to stop supporting the company, just stop supporting the company. Go choose something that fits to your morals and ideology that you'd like. Do you think the announcement will make Mermicornos go up? Because Mermicornos are Japanese? Maybe, mate. I didn't actually know that. I didn't know Tokidoki was Japanese, but I have the Mermicornos Season 2 set, so hopefully, fingers crossed. But doesn't that mean gas picks high? Yes, gas will be high if people can put it onto OpenSea. And I think as well, this is what people on Veve don't realise. See, if you are on Veve right now, okay, and you've not went onto OpenSea, you do not know the pain of gas fees with Ethereum. You do not know the pain of gas fees. This is why immutable is the way forward. Immutable is what is called layer 2, and it's a little bit different, and it's proof of stake? Is it proof of stake, I believe, is what it is. And that basically means there's no gas fees. It basically means there's no gas fees involved in the transactions that happen, unlike on layer 1 for OpenSea at the moment anyway. You need to pay gas fees for every transaction, and it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So you think your 2.5% transaction fee may be a little bit too much on your DC collectible? Yeah, try selling your DC collectible for what? 1,000 gems and losing maybe 350 of those on gas alone, if gas is high at that point. Anyone want to do it now? Anyone want to trade on OpenSea? But I understand why people want it on different platforms. I get it. It makes sense. They want interoperability. They want to take it off platform. Do you know the only reason why I want to take it off platform? Proof of stake is layer 2. Right, okay. Proof of stake is layer 2. Proof of work is layer 1. Yes. I sometimes get those confused. I don't know why I get them confused so much. That's why Immutable is good. But the reason that I want to be able to transfer my collectibles anywhere, like to my cold wallet, is because obviously what we've seen, some people's accounts are being locked at the moment. Now, I have no problem with Veve and Ecomi locking accounts that are fraudulently making like fraudulent transactions and using bots and all that sort of stuff. But I would much rather hold my top collectibles in a cold wallet. You know, I would much rather do that. Now, I don't care, like, I have to pay gas fees to get it there. I would much rather have it on my cold wallet. I feel that it would be more protected there. Carbon neutral is not carbon zero. Yes, I think people get that confused as well. Veve is carbon neutral, but that doesn't mean carbon zero. Like, Veve still uses energy in order to transact collectibles or anything that you're doing on the app. It still uses energy, but nowhere near close to what Ethereum uses. And this is why the layer 2 solution is the solution forward for people to stop the backlash on the environmental impact that NFTs as a whole cause. And that's another thing like I could talk about for ages with when it comes to the environmental impact of NFTs. I understand that's an issue and it's something that needs to be solved and is actually currently getting solved. But where's this screaming and shouting for the aeronautical companies to work on more energy efficient aeroplanes? Where's this screaming for the US military? I think is it not the top energy use consumption anywhere in America through the US military and what they use? Where's this for every single person ordering off different websites that use a ton of energy to transact everything in the process to actually get whatever they've ordered to their house? Where's all this screaming? And I always think it's because people just are either one, not wanting to do the research for it, or because everyone else is talking about it, this is what everyone else should be talking about. Where's all this up in open arms about the disgusting things the oil companies are continuing to do, the disgusting things some of these energy companies are continuing to do, the monopolies that are happening in these countries to make people be forced into places that they're paying way more for what there is? I completely understand that NFTs cause environmental impact, but for NFTs to only be less than a decade old basically, and are already working on a layer 2 solution that is actually going to solve the environmental problem, yet you've had aeronautical companies, oil companies, gas companies out for decades upon decades and are still completely ruining the environment. Where the fuck's the protest for that? Where's the protest for that? I just don't understand it. I am all for the change and making environmental impacts. All for the fucking change of environmental impacts. Totally for it. But don't sit on your high horse here, thinking that you sitting on your PC all day, ordering off of Amazon to ship something from maybe Japan to your house, ordering off of eBay, is something like you're saving the planet. You are impacting driving in your car that's horrible emissions for the road, and the carbon emissions that you're releasing with your car that you're driving every day, 60 miles or so. You know, people love to complain about things that they either don't understand or are able to get behind others who also hate on that thing. But I would love for these people to start chanting about the massive behemoth of companies that are completely ruining the world through their own company themselves. Wow, I went on a tangent. I do apologise, but I get quite passionate about this sort of stuff. I'm very passionate about it. I know there's problems. I know there's problems within the NFT space, but at least they're actually forward thinking enough to work out a solution to bring layer 2 into the forefront, completely lowering the amount of energy that's used in each transaction on the blockchain. Show me the airplane companies that are doing that. Show me the oil companies that are doing that. Show me the gas companies that are doing that. Show me the car companies that are continuing to do that. There's only a few out there that are now moving in that direction. And the only reason why some of them will move at all is because laws will be struck and they'll need to move. Not because they choose to, but because they need to. Yes, I think it should be also carbon neutral is essentially a payoff. Yes, anyone can be carbon neutral by throwing money at the end. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's the thing. It's very important to understand. Not to mention the lives lost for physically mining. Exactly, mate. There's a lot wrong with this world. There's a lot wrong with this world. There are issues in the NFT space that need to be solved. But from what I've seen so far, they're actually taking steps to solve that. Now, if anyone has any additions that they want to add on to that, then be sure. Let's chat about it. Let's chat about it. But, like, we've got to understand that sitting on our high horse here when we're completely blaming one part of the sector, when I think I read on a Guardian article that 71% of the world's carbon emissions are caused by, like, the top 100 companies in the world. I might be wrong in that stat, but there are a lot of other issues that need to be dealt with that are continuing to not be dealt with. Just bought a physical TOD on the auction, eBay 4322 mint for £400. Oh, that is a good deal, by the way. That's a good deal. Is it new as well, Zilla? Is it new? Which brand would you love to see on Veve? For me, I really want a card game on Veve. I want something like Yu-Gi-Oh on Veve, not gonna lie to you. Obviously, Pokemon's a good one. The other one that I've not seen that I would really like is Harry Potter or Power Rangers. I think that'd be very fucking cool. And Kung Fu Panda, but we know we've got that license, so I kind of want Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda is something I definitely want. It's important to note when they lock accounts, it essentially burns the NFTs in the accounts. We could potentially already have thousands of less editions that we'll actually see. Yes, that's the thing. See people who have actually been found to... that's a good question, Jenny. I don't actually know the answer. See if people have been boughten, right? And they've got tons of collectibles on their account and they shut down the account. What happens to the NFTs? Do they burn? Do they just burn them into the abyss? I would love if we were able to use the files with the NFT and other projects like Unity or Unreal Engine projects. Do you reckon we ever will, FMR? Do you reckon we ever will have something like that? The concern with centralized is they can lock accounts on their will. The user can't do anything about it, and if they hold the keys, then you actually own the NFT. Clockwise, I totally agree with you, mate. This is why I would really like to see their ability to move things to like cold wallets and that in the future. Again, you know, what we've got to realize as well is that Veve is so young. Veve is so young, it's unbelievable. It's so young. Remember they started in 2018, right? And think of this for a second. If any of you are smaller entrepreneurs, have started your own business or work for a company that's a startup, Think of a company, right, going from around 34,000 in a month to 34 million in less than a year from a small company in sales in a month. Really think about that. Really think about that. A startup company from January or so going from 34,000 in sales to near enough above 34 million in November in less than a year. Really think about that. For a company, for a startup company, for something that's just getting going, for something that's a new innovative space, really think about that for a second and think how far they have come in such a short space of time. Now think a decade from now of what they could do in that time if they continue to push forward with what they want to do. That's why when I decided to get into Veve, I knew this was going to be a 5-year plan minimum. This is why I don't care, like, MTL has its issues. I knew MTL would have its issues. Veve do a lot on their side, but it comes down to the laws that are being made. This is why I'm not bothered about the first version of the Veveverse. It's only the beginning. There's a lot to go for it. So that's why I just don't get up my expectation for anything, because my plan, my thought on this right from the beginning was 5 years minimum. You're gonna be here for 5 years minimum. You know that you're gonna have to wait for some things, and that's okay. And I think people don't realize that when they get into this. They just want a quick, like, get rich quick scheme. And Veve aren't about that. Veve aren't a Dogecoin. They aren't a meme coin. There's something that I believe anyway is going to change the way that the world sees it. Physical items are probably more damaging to the environment. There are some Shaq that have done it. From the research that I've done, physical items, especially compared to the Ethereum chain anyway, are not as damaging as digital items on OpenSea. However, maybe when it compare it to something like Veve, that could be different. Thoughts on Marvel parts on golden moments. It's not FA of Marvel. Wait, what? Thoughts on Marvel parts on golden moments. John, what do you mean? John, what do you mean? It's not FA of Marvel. Thoughts on Marvel part. Are you meaning like Iron Man? Wait, what do you mean? It's important to note when they yeah, oh shit, I read that. We the comment people, I know for the personal experience, I super turned off by OpenSea. I never spent so much money in my life to get nothing in return. I tried, but I'll probably end up buying nothing. I still am on OpenSea. I still do spend money on OpenSea. I still have ETH on OpenSea. But I don't spend as much time on it anymore. What I feel, right, this is probably one of the best pieces of advice that I can give you when it comes to OpenSea. If you're planning to get in, right, try and find some form of influencer, like a YouTuber or a big person in the community who has their own NFT, right? So like Brett from Brett the Way on YouTube has Magic Mushroom Clubhouse. Popeye has Popeye Pings, Popeye's passports. JRNY has his club. Kosher has his token. They all get access to whitelists for like the big upcoming NFT projects, and you sometimes get whitelist spots for those by owning a pass. If you can get into those, you often don't have to do the research to get into them, as their team does it, and you can get the potential of getting into a whitelist that can make you some profit. That's my focus right now. That's my focus right now on OpenSea. As I can make some like liquid money to take out and to put into other projects if I'm willing to do so, or put more into OMI or into any other coin that I want to, you know what I mean? That's been my plan at the moment anyway. I have 1.5k. Do I get a common Mickey, rare Spider-Man, or Golden Moments Momi? Common Mickey will complete my Mickey set. Also, what is so great about having full sets? Full sets are for the MCP program, the Master Collector program. Right now, it doesn't really mean much, but in the future, I reckon it'll mean more. Personally, you know, if it's something that you really like to do, I'd complete the set. Personally, you know, if you only need the common Mickey, I'd personally complete it. But if you're not too bothered on that, then I'd probably go for the rare Spider-Man. Because they're not making from it. That's why they're putting so much issue on it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, mate. Do you think Veve will become one of the largest NFT platforms soon? Veve already is, technically, you know, one of the largest NFT platforms. But I do believe they will, yes. I genuinely do believe they will. I think Omi and Veve and Ecomi will become one of the top of the top. They done something that most companies don't do. So what Veve done, right, is that they basically gave us a product before taking the money. So let me try and explain that in a way that doesn't make them sound like a dick. Most NFT projects, right, most NFT companies that are starting right now, they ask for money before they produce anything. So companies want you to invest in their product and service before they've given you anything. Veve built out their app and started dropping collectibles before they were making a lot of money. Yes, they had investors. There's nothing wrong with that. Most companies like that do have investors. But I'm meaning from like the general public. Most NFT companies want hundreds of thousands of dollars from you before they produced anything. And then you've just got to fucking hope that they actually produce what they promised. Veve done it the opposite. They built up what they were planning to do before they done anything, then continued to build up. And that's why the success continued to happen, is they proved time and time again, we can actually provide what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. So that's why I think they will. The fact there's issues sorted out early with NFTs, exactly, mate. There's so much. There's so much to go. There's so much room. So much room. And I don't know if any of you have seen the charts when it comes to stuff like like VR and AR and how much money is going to be put into those things by the time we get to like 2027, 2028. You know, those platforms are going to grow tenfold. Like absolutely tenfold. And we've not even touched the surface of what they could be just yet. People were complaining about the internet when it came out. People were complaining about social media when it came out. People were complaining about VR when it came out. People are going to complain about NFTs when they come out. People are going to complain about the metaverse when it comes out. But eventually, we're going to come to a point where we're going to be spending our time in the digital world more than a lot of people do in the physical world. People are going to spend their time in VR and AR, and we're going to spend our nights like we do here in a VR land. It's not to say it will happen in the next 1 year, but I think over the next decade we'll slowly transition into using that. I think we'll slowly transition into being that type of environment. Why do you think so many people use social media? Why do you think so many people can't get off their phone? It helps them escape reality. That's what VR can do. VR can create a world that isn't like reality. And as sad as it is to say, people want that comfortability that you don't get in the physical world. They want something that you can't get out there. And the digital world can provide that for them. And I know companies know that. I get so frustrated when people bring up that's why they don't get into NFTs, yet they're the same people driving a petrol car, using an iPhone, having a gaming PC. Exactly, mate. They're the people who still cause the same issues, but are willing to sit on their high horse and say that we're the bad ones. There's problems with everything in this world. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect. None of us are perfect. No company's perfect. There's shady shit that goes on all the time. Finding a true to itself company is difficult nowadays. Very, very difficult. I think people just like to sit on their throne a lot, personally, you know, and be this high and mighty individual. The fact of the matter is you can't deny facts. And I know there's problems with NFTs, there's problems with everything else as well. And when the facts are put in front of people, then, you know, there's issues with everything. The crypto industry seemed like a get-rich-quick scheme, and all those Forex gurus had a long-term effect on the industry trying to sell courses. I totally get that, mate. There's always going to be people who take advantage. There's always going to be people who take advantage, you know, and never let that make you discouraged about somewhere. Never allow that to discourage you from doing something. There's always going to be people who try to take advantage of you. There's people who try to take advantage of me. There's people who try to take advantage of you. There's people who try to take advantage of companies. It happens every day. But you've got to understand why they maybe do it and why they think it that way. And then you sort of just kind of brush it off and move forward. I fully agree with you. Devil's advocate, if there's any other industries doing wrong things, doesn't make it right that others are... Oh, yes. Together. Totally, mate. Compare it with committing a crime, mate. Yes, I totally agree, and I should have actually said that. I should have actually said that. together, you're totally right. It's not to say, I'm really trying not to say here that because the oil companies and all that are doing terrible things, NFTs can continue to do terrible things. I'm really not saying that's the case. What I'm trying to say is that we should be set together on making the world progressively move forward in every area that we can. And what I'm seeing with NFTs so far is that they already are thinking about that. Layer 2 is already coming into play. You know, companies are now going to the more environmentally friendly route when it comes to the blockchain as a whole. That's what I like. I want us all to collectively hold every individual accountable that is using massive amounts of energy consumption that is ruining the world to work together to do that. And I think we should all be discussing every area that can be improved. So we are together. I'm totally agreeing with you, mate. Totally agree with you. I should have clarified that when I was speaking about it. Yes, I'm glad that you played devil's advocate with that one, because I'm fully with you on that. What's better option to hold, OME on Veve app or exchange? Right now, I'm holding on the exchange. I will most likely put some onto the app. I'm not going to put all of it onto the app, but I will be putting some onto it for the OME utility program. So I guess it's just up to what you feel is most secure for you and what you're wanting to do with it. They can easily do 100 million next year. I could easily see that. They're aiming for $1 billion in revenue this year, are they not? They're aiming for a billion. Yo, Rick, welcome in. How you doing? Fleeky, what's going on? People said plenty about crypto and still started doing big numbers. Exactly, mate. Exactly. People always hate on shit that they don't understand until until it clicks for them. Until it clicks. And everyone clicks at different times. Everyone clicks at different times. But I totally agree with you. Yo, Lincoln, welcome in, mate. How you doing? Wanted you to know your thought process on secondary market. Do you look for lower mints at the floor, or are you looking to pay more for a lower mint? Do they both increase, decrease at the same rate? Good question, mate. Very, very good question. I always look for the lowest mint that I possibly can. Always look for the lowest mint that I possibly can. When it comes to the floor of what the lower mints do, usually sub 1000s rise quicker than the floor. However, it all depends on how many listings are there. See, if you have something with like 600 listings, the floor for the sub 1000s doesn't actually go up that much. But see, if you have something when it comes to like, when it has under 200 listings, that's when the sub 1000 floor can move a lot quicker. So it all depends on the time of when you buy in. But yeah, I do always look for the lower listings if possible, and will not. And not like, it all depends on the time that you buy in. When do you think MCP will be implemented? They've said they're doing it in phases, so I'm guessing we're gonna have like a 6 or 7 month period before all the phases are done. So I'd say maybe by like the end of the year we have the full MCP program in the works, but I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. What's even more crazy is they've not even started up. They knew it back in 2017. But yeah, the app is doing it in a year. It's insanity. Exactly, mate. People didn't they didn't even know how big this could be in a few years. No one did. No one did. And the fact that they've got to this stage so quickly is just massive, massive kudos to them. Do you think Veve could be a top 50 coin? I believe so. I don't see anything getting in their way of doing so if they continue to move forward with what they want to do. I totally agree. Would you recommend buying OME? Uniswap is so expensive with gas fees. Well, I used to buy mine on Bitforex, so potentially there. Or you could hold off and wait to see if we get any exchanges announced. I think you should do a live Zoom call so we can all talk and keep up. What would we like? Are you meaning like a market Zoom call where we talk about the markets and that? There are people sitting on their throne and the ones who missed out right in the beginning. They're just talking rubbish about it now. I know some people will definitely be doing that who will be like salty that they missed out. There are some people who are totally against it though. There are some people who are totally against it. OpenSea is just a risk. OpenSea is very risky. So is Veve. You know, everything could go to zero in a day. Everything could go to zero in a day. Yo, Kobe! Welcome in, mate! Keep up the great work. If your Veve NFTs 1000x, what one do you think you do / create that only capital is holding you back from? Wait, I think I've got it right. I don't know why I got confused. If your Veve NFTs 1000x, what's one thing you'd do / create that only capital is hold? Right, okay, yeah, no, I totally get you. If I have all the money like in the world to buy something or do something, what would I do? Oh, good question. Wow, that was a good question. Holy shit. What would I do? What would I do? You know, in all honesty, I think I'd want to set up. Some sort of like foundation where you help young people learn how to get the necessary skills to win at life, or to succeed in their own view. You know, so it would be like, it would teach kids about how to deal with mental health, how to deal with anger, and then it would teach them about finances and tax, and it would teach them about buying a house, and it would teach them about real estate, and it would teach them about entrepreneurial skills, things that schools refuse to teach because they want to keep you in the rat race. I think something like that could be really cool. If there was no capital that held me back, I think that. But it would be free. Like, the only way that you would get it to run is through like investors. You know what I mean? Like, to help you run it. It wouldn't cost people to go and to be there, but they could all do it like that. Yo, Brendan, welcome in. How you doing? Aldo, thank you so much, mate. How you doing? Welcome in. But if I'm thinking, if I'm, let's say if I go like, what's the word for it? What's the word for it when you do something for yourself? If I go, oh fuck, what's the word when you do something for yourself? If I go, oh, I can't think of that word. If I'm doing something for myself though, what would I do? If no money was holding me back, what would I do? I get a fucking massive Omi meetup. Get a massive Omi meetup on like a boat or something. Hire out Disney. Hire out Disney for the day. Hire out Disney for the day. Hire out Disney for the day, and we all go and ride around with no fucking queues. I think we could do that. Yo, Aldo, thank you so much. Your views on Daredevil 131 Ultra Rare? I don't even know what that one is, mate. Not gonna lie to you. Is that the comic? Daredevil 131 comic. Well, we can see the physical value of it as 1,450. So physically, people don't love it. Well, they do love it, but it's not to like an A grade of the physical world. But again, the digital world is completely different, so we can't just do it on that. I think it's cool, but again, I couldn't actually give you a lot of data because I've not researched it, so I couldn't actually tell you, mate. I couldn't actually tell you. Yo, keep up the great work. Thoughts on sub 100 common Marvel first appearance on value long term? How would you gauge a good price point to buy or sell? Thoughts on sub 100 common Marvel? Sub 100? Wait, Marvel what? Marvel what? What one are you looking to pick up? Is there something? There wasn't any, like the Marvel's one comic you can't get under the 100 sub 100, can you? I don't think you can get Marvel's one. MZ, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome in. Yo, Veve Assistant, welcome in. Brendan, how you doing, mate? Thanks so much for stopping by. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're all doing. Yeah, what Marvel are you talking about, mate? What Marvel are you talking about? Independent, that's it. That's it. You know, it's like independent, like doing something for yourself. And you're allowing yourself to spend on what you like. But I think if it's like the good way of doing it and giving back to the world, I think that would be, if I had like all the money in the world and I only needed maybe some investors to come in to help to set it up, because obviously you need to hire staff and all that to be able to help kids to do that. But I think that could potentially be a thing that would change a lot of people's lives. Like allowing kids to actually understand the things they need in life rather than fucking Pythagorean theorem. Now, it's not to say you don't use the Pythagorean theorem in like engineering and that, I know you do, but for most people in your life, you're never going to use it again. Yo, Sam, I'm doing great, mate. How are you been keeping? Coca-Cola shares for the NFT holders, discount of 1 free entry to Disney parks a year, free tickets to Marvel or DC movies. I see utility being added for some of the collectibles. It definitely depends on what the company sees as a whole, because what we've got to think about as well is that a company like Disney, right, don't actually need to do fuck all. Because Disney are what Disney are in general, they genuinely don't need to do anything other than just be Disney, you know? So no one actually has to add any utility. I know like the individual artists will probably have to do that, but when it comes to something like Disney, they just don't need to. So it will be interesting to see if they actually decide, hey, it's probably worth giving the investors or the holders something back for owning or holding our NFT. Nicole, welcome in. How's it going? C-3PO, Iron Man, Elsa, what's the best combo of the two of these to sell for Superman? The thing is, what you've got to understand, right, is that you're selling off potential blue chips for another potential blue chip. You know what I mean? Like, is Superman something you desperately want? Thoughts on the first big license to be able to list on a mutable marketplace? Niche artists, Ron English, etc. Collections will be the first. Do you think DC, Cartoon Network, and Disney may come the soonest? I doubt Disney and that will be the soonest. I reckon it will definitely be. I reckon it will definitely be the individual artists, and maybe over the next year or so, companies will start to see why interoperability is right for them, and then move forward with it. I don't see it happening right away. Just release a Captain Planet NFT, and people stop complaining of the NFT waste. Easy, exactly, mate. Captain Planet. I remember it was a. Have you ever seen the Family Guy one when it does? Is it Captain Planet and they do in Family Guy? They take the piss. Oh, it's fucking hilarious. It's one of them. I can't remember which one it is for Captain Planet. Yeah, Andy. Yo, right, welcome in. Looks like you're gonna hit 7k subs during the stream, mate. That's fucking nuts. Do you want me? You want me to see what I'm on right now? I'll see what I'm on for you. I'll see what I'm on. Right, how you doing? Welcome in. Love that, Andy. Great answer. Would love to help you create that one day. Kobe, imagine actually being able to do that. What about yourself, Kobe? What about everyone? If you had all the money in the world to anything you wanted, what would you do? But it's 6973 at the moment. That's fucking nuts. That's absolutely nuts. We're coming closer and closer. We're under 30 now. Under 30 club to 7k. Do you think it's a good time to buy a secret rare Coca-Cola bottle? I think it's a good time to buy that. Yeah. Because right now we're seeing a little bit of a dip. I've not actually looked at the markets for it, so I couldn't tell you. Again, I don't have one, and I've not done a lot of research on the secret rare, so I don't really know, but I would still say it's got quite a good bit to run. What is KYC short for? Know your customer, Ryan. It's what banks often use to stop fraudulent activity. So it's basically like showing your ID and having your ID on this site to prove that you are the individual who you say you are. Don't play around with blue chips. It doesn't make... Yeah. It doesn't take too much to pump them. This is why I'm always very, very wary about when I'm selling like potential blue chips or whatever people class as blue chips or grails, because the change in price can happen very quickly and can quickly get out of your price range. Especially if you sell it at the wrong time, which I fucking done before. I picked up Mint 828 Iron Man. Nice, mate. Love to see it. Any UK lot here? You know it, mate. You know it. You know it. Scotland through and through. Know your customer. Yeah. It's basically just to know who you are. It's to stop fraudulent activity so that people couldn't like have multiples of things and then ruining it through that. You know what I mean? Anyone that's traded or been good at trading at FIFA would get good in the marketplace, no doubt. Honestly, mate, I spent my life on FIFA trading back in the day. Like we traded to like 1,000 coins to 100,000 coins and all that. It was amazing back in the day. Yo, thank you so much for the 10. Stack or not Marvel Mighties? If you think Marvel Mighties are going to be the first associated game with Veve, I think it's one of the best stacks that you can make. If not, I still think they're great, but people are speculating heavily that they will be the first utility related to a game. So if that's not going to be the case, there probably will be quite a big sell-off for them. So I guess do that. Do with that what you will. Hire Disney for a day sounds amazing. Just hire out the park for a day and just fucking all of us go. I remember photosynthesis and shield volcanoes from school, but I was never taught CPR, how to pay taxes, or the importance of a diet. Me neither, mate. Me neither. I wasn't taught about how to look after my mental health. I wasn't taught about how to deal with trauma. I wasn't taught how to better myself as an individual. I wasn't taught why books can help me grow and are actually good for you. You know, there's so much in school that doesn't teach you how to be a better individual. All it teaches you is how to become a part of the rat race and stay there. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing to work. It's not at all. You know, I do work as well. But what I am saying is that it doesn't teach you the skills to think for yourself. And I think when people accept that there's nothing more for them than what you learn in school, then they never see their potential that they never see the potential that they could have. You know, I think every single one of you in here, whether you work or not, have shown yourself that there's more potential to life than what school gave you. And that's why you're in something like crypto. That's why you invested in something like that. Because it's different and it's scary, but it's taught you a lot about you as an individual. And I think that's what makes the difference. And I think more people need that in their life. More people need to be scared of the growth that they're having and they're seeing for themselves. Because the possibilities of what on earth, with everyone reaching potentials that they always can, would be an amazing place to live. What do you think about the theory that the gem could be made into a stablecoin? In the past AMA, David Hughes said that they wanted to have an exchange on Veve. I've never actually heard about that, Darius, so I'd be interested to see if you've got any links where they talked about that. I think that could be kind of cool. Do you have any maybe positives and negatives to having something like that and what that could create as a whole? Sorry, I meant golden moments drops like Star Wars, Pixar, Frozen. Our F8 of the entire franchise, only Marvel drop was not an F8 of Marvel. Do you think it will make Iron Man less valuable than other golden moments? I think it really does depend, John, on how people in general take it 5 and 6 years from now. You know, I still think people are going to take Iron Man as the FA because it will say FA on Iron Man. They'll see Iron Man as being the first time Iron Man was ever there. I think the average consumer won't actually give a fuck. I don't think the average consumer will give a fuck. I think they will more likely care that it's Iron Man's FA. Now, yes, they might be a little bit hesitant when it's not the FA of Marvel, but I still think Iron Man is gonna go down as one of the biggest players in history. So I don't think it will make too much of a difference to just the average consumer. Because remember, John, we're a very small percentage of the overall average. We're a very small percentage, of the overall user base of Veve. Like people who watch YouTube, people who tune on into Twitter. We're a very small percentage. So you've got to think about everyone else. You're more clued up on everything that's going on, but that doesn't mean the majority are. You know, I think that's something that I often forget as well. There's a lot of people here who just are not like who don't know that the wider space is maybe not paying as much attention to what Veve is than we are, you know? Should I buy on Friday night or Saturday morning? Probably before the drop on Friday, if you are buying. Maybe even Friday night. Or you could buy it anytime, to be honest with you. I'm not sure, like, you wouldn't be able to time the market perfectly, but I think buying maybe Friday before the drop or Saturday before the drop is probably your best bet if you're looking to just get in for the long run. Financial literacy was the only thing taken out the curriculum with the Board of Education was founded 70 years ago, and it was by design. Exactly. If people do their research behind like schools and why they were set up, it's very different to what it should be now, but I think many of us forget. Asika, thank you so much for the subscription. I think many people forget that at the top, at the very, very top, it's maybe not what's shown just on the surface. You know, it's like those icebergs. What you see in the surface isn't usually what goes on in the background. So companies, organizations, education, governing bodies, politics, a lot of what you see on the surface is really just surface level stuff. It's not deep. It's not deep. And you've got to be very wary about that. And I think when you understand that, you start to understand a little bit more about how you move forward in life. For sure. The biggest thing holding back NFTs on Veve is the fact that we cannot buy 30k gems at one time. Exactly, mate. 350 gem recharges at a time is really hard, even for 4 to 5k buys. Can't imagine buying for 60k that way. Tom, you're totally right, mate. Totally right. And I think once we have things that you can buy with Ome and you can put a lot more gems into the mix, it's going to change quite a lot of that. Crazy that the average person doesn't know about inflation. They just see things get more expensive and talk about the price back in the day. Exactly. It's like, oh, I remember back in my day when a Freddo was 10p. It's like, yeah, inflation. Everything's inflation. And people don't realise that. Average inflation is going up, especially since the pandemic. Especially in America as well. America fucked yous, by the way, if you're in America. They definitely fucked yous with inflation. And I know the UK will be the exact same. But if I'm not mistaken, the Fed said that they're not going to increase inflation at their last event, which is a good sign for some of you, but it's not to say that'll last forever. Just got a common storm for 85 gems? Yeah. If it's a long hold, mate, I'd still say it's a good deal. We've got to remember as well, there's going to be a Black Panther coming out, and we believe that Storm is actually going to be a part of that. So I reckon we're going to get more. More fans of Storm once she's in the movies. I just bought gems, but they never came to my account. Does your bank say that they're taken out? I'm having a hard time getting any drops. What are your thoughts on increasing the mints and drops for more users to have to come on the platform? Andre, my solution to that was bringing out a card game for Veve. So say we done Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And that means people can open card packs at any time they want. And that means everyone can get started on their collecting journey. I think keeping the mints scarce is very good when we talk about demand and supply and demand. Just the curves for that and economics. One of the most boring subjects I've ever done at uni. And someone asked me what I was doing at uni before. I do marketing and business, by the way, if you're still here. I can't remember who asked me, but I'm doing marketing and business. But yeah, economics was the most boring shit I'd ever done. But supply and demand is very important in an economical system. And I think keeping the supply low enough that demand is extremely high is probably one of the best moves that Veve can continue to make. But if they do bring in something like a card game, I think that can introduce a lot more users who are actually wanting to stay. What do you think MTL will realistically come out in your opinion? For everyone, Aqua, I'm saying like a 6-month window. I think it will come out periodically for a lot of people, but realistically for everyone, I'd say like a 6-month window. I hate it, say as of now, Superman is the low tier blue chip in my opinion. He dips a little too much for my liking. As a blue chip will have his day, I have 2 to 3 golden moments over Superman now. I like them all, and what I'm starting to look at for what I'm classing as a grail, is we still haven't established exactly what we're all classing as a grail. I'm seeing how much they dip during gem squeezes. See when this small gem squeeze happened, over the last few days, Todd and Walt actually went up in price. Now I don't know if they're back down now, but there was a time where they both went up in price when everything else went down. And to me, that shows that people were willing to hold. Hello from my Scottish brother, Mr. Gordon, with my heritage from the Biden clan here in LA. Yo, homie, I hope you're having a great day so far. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate that. I'm super bullish on Superman and Elsa. I've both. Yeah, I do have both. I've loved them both for a long time. I made a video about of Elsa back in the day when she was like 400. She was always a really, really, really good one. And I think people just didn't realise it for quite a while. Really wish I could make YouTube, but honestly, I have no idea how to edit. But I'm learning slowly, and I don't know how to live stream. I will learn. Spade, mate, that's the thing. It's a process. Changing your life, changing what you're doing is very scary. But see, if you just take one thing at a time, mate, you'll get there. You'll get there. It just takes time. It just takes time. Does he not read YouTube chat? I do, mate. I do. I do read YouTube chat, Jonathan. It just I'm usually quite far behind. I'm usually quite far behind as I'm talking to other people who are reading, who are doing it before. So I do apologise. I'm catching up on the stream here. I can see the actual chat there. For where it's at right now. Like, I see Steven's in. If you were just stealing our money and not letting us cash out. I mean, I know people see it like that. I know people are quite upset that Veve are not letting people cash out at the moment. At the end of the day, it's your decision on whether or not you want to stay in something like Veve, or you'd rather go to something like OpenSea at the moment where you can take your money out right away. Again, all your decision. I'm an accountant, so I can help with taxes aspects when you're minted and setting this up. Love it. Absolutely love it. Kenobi, are you in the UK by any chance? Because I would really like to talk to someone in the UK on stream who's an accountant about crypto tax. And if you're from the UK and that's something you would even be interested in, let me know. Let me know. I don't know if that's something that you're comfortable with doing. If you're not, totally fine. If you are, give me a shout. I'm more than happy to do so. And yes, I'll come to you because I'm definitely gonna need to hire an accountant. I think Marvel Mighty's game is probably coming, but not for a while. Yeah, I agree, mate. See, like the Marvel Mighty's game, I think I think it'll be like a 2-year thing. I don't think it'll be something that'll come right away. Do you buy low editions to flip? Usually when I'm buying something that's lower editions that's been out for a while, I'm not flipping, personally. Usually I'm not. Usually I'm not looking for the flip if I'm buying something that's been out for a while. Back to the Future collections are awesome and will pump hard again soon. Just think about when they drop in the Veveverse, everyone will be interactive DeLorean, Ready Player One. I'm excited to see if Ready Player One can become a reality in the next like 2 decades. You know, I'm really... DW, welcome in, how are you doing? I'm really excited to see if we can actually get a Ready Player One thing in like 20 years. That will be really interesting to me. I'm not sure if we will. I'm not sure if that's too small of a time frame. Because things do move slow, you know, it's very difficult. Jonathan, I'm doing great, mate. How are you doing? It's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. NFT Pirates did a stream and someone made a really good point. Disney are making a lot of money from these NFTs and them reselling, so it's their best interest to support it and maybe add utility. You're right, Rick. You're right, mate. And this is why I'm hoping the companies are seeing the possibilities of what these could bring to not only their parks, but long-term loyalty customers, people who will continuously go back to Disney time and time again. I don't know if anyone's ever read about it, but if you are getting customers, it's always easier to keep a customer, and it costs less money to keep a customer than to get a new one. So if Disney can keep people coming back continuously like they do a lot of the time, then that would be a really, really good way forward. Jake, thank you so much for the kind words, mate. Thank you so much for the kind words. I really do appreciate that. Yo, RD9, welcome in. How you doing? Will Groot ever go over 100? I believe he will. Most rare comics on the 60 gems, they currently in their bargain, especially if you're someone who's focused on MCP. They get the most MCP points and they're best for your buck. Do you think Mighty Marvels could reach the price point that Wonder Woman has achieved? No, personally not. Some of them will. Maybe like Steve Rogers' FA maybe. In some of the ultra rares, but I don't believe all of them will really reach Wonder Woman's status, to be honest. Can I get your views on Marvel Comics sub 1k mints? I fucking love them. Again, I've got one, so that's maybe why more, but if the comic collectors who, if they ever eventually decide, like a lot of them, to come into Veve, I reckon they're going to be after what their comic cover actually is. But I don't 100% know in that. So that's why I decided to buy a sub 1k mint, because that's like, well, potentially one of the lowest mints that you can get when it comes to that. And it's one of the most expensive comics in the world. Used to love my 10p Freddos. Oh, they were the GOAT back in the day. Is the Samsung buy gems button cancelled and the market is closed? I'm not sure if the gems are cancelled to buy right now because of the migration, mate. I'm not 100% sure. So I would maybe wait for the market to open back up and then look to buy the gems just to be safe. Oh, Veve just tweeted they'll refund gem buys, right? There must be a problem at the moment with gem buys. I'd recommend not doing that. I'd recommend not doing that if people are. Partner became 40k in 2 months, yeah. It's nuts that he was able to rise that quickly. Yeah, gem purchasers are disabled at the moment. Okay, they're disabled because of the migration, so don't buy gems at the moment. Don't buy gems at the moment. 2 R2s, have you got 2 R2s? What's the long-term cost of Spider-Man rare common and uncommon? Please let me know what you think. The thing is, they could go anywhere. See, guessing like a price of something is very difficult. It's very, very difficult. No one can guess. It could be 0 tomorrow and it could be 10 grand tomorrow. It all depends on the buying and selling. But over time, things start to find their floors. I do believe the Spider-Man FAs will be very, very sought after. There's a lot of Spider-Man fans in the world and a lot of collectors. I reckon they'll be very, very good. So if you're someone who plans to hold for the long term, then I don't see where you could go wrong with it at the moment anyway. My bet is Superman 75k by the end of the year. Check out what's over 150k in OpenSea in the past hours. I know, it is interesting, the debate between OpenSea and Veve. They are very different platforms in general and what they offer and what they actually do. It will be interesting to see how the sort of battle plays out over the next coming years. Do you think when Pokemon comes out, all our NFTs will legit get unwanted and Veve will become the Pokemon card trading app? Especially if they released a 150 card format. I see nothing else selling but them. I actually see, like, if Pokemon is to happen on Veve, I see Veve quickly becoming, like, the number one by quite a long shot. You know, Pokemon Go had 150 million active users easily. It took over the world at one point. Pokemon has this cult fan base that you can't really match with many other things. You know, yes, Disney have a very good fan base, a very big one, but Pokemon is just on a different scale, on a different breed. You know, if Veve really do announce them, I think that solidifies just what Veve are made of. Being able to get every company they ever desired because they knew that they could change the world with what they do. That's my personal opinion, but I like, even right now, you could say that's the case. Which companies do you see that partner up with likes of Disney, Marvel, Cartoon Network, DC, Kung Fu Panda, DreamWorks, Warner Brothers? Like, I mentioned like 8 brands there, and there's still 100 more. You know? I don't know. There's issues with Veve, just like any other company. But Veve's so young that I don't have an issue with what they're doing at the moment, you know? I do not smell a rug pull. There are many huge IPs and investors involved. This is, Fish, I'm the exact same as you, mate. I am the exact same as you. It's one of those things where people said in my YouTube comments, oh, Veve's a rug pull, they're just going to rug. Listen, Disney doesn't get involved with rug pulls. Like, maybe once in a blue moon they made a mistake where they got involved in a rug pull, but companies like that do their research. They do their background checks. Like, they're not getting their name into something for no reason. They know that they can reap the rewards from what's being offered. So, when Veve pitched it to Disney and all that, they had to give a long-term vision. They had to give a long-term plan. Else Disney would have just told them to fuck off. Superman is volatile because Rayfix has been pumping him since 100 gems and people use his tweets for a pump and dump. They definitely do. You know, that is very much market manipulation just in general, you know. People can easily pump their bags. We see it all the time, you know, the stuff with like Cavill's Discord and then like private Discords and private Twitters and even just like on Twitter. You know, you saw Refixie do it and it's not uncommon. I think, although I didn't agree with what I saw yesterday when it came to Cavill's Discord, where people were saying, is this a price pump? And people were just agreeing, yeah, it is, like, I can't wait for it. It happens all the time. You know, it's not uncommon. It's not a thing that's new. Yo, Aldous, thank you so much for the kind words, mate. I hope you're having a great day so far. It's not new, you know what I mean? So, market manipulation happens all the time. Whether you like to admit it or not, whether you want to say that it's a thing or not, it is a thing, and it happens all the time. I'll DM you on Twitter at some point. Kenobi, class, mate, class, love it. You're in London, Dino, absolutely love it. The same people complaining about Veve no cash out, the same people. Fuck, where did it go? I missed it. Same people. Where are we? Same people who will sign a contract and not read the fine print. Yeah, it's like you accept the terms and conditions without reading it. Does anyone Veve app only show Disney drop and not tomorrow's? I've not opened that yet, mate, so I'm not actually sure. How do you think Immutable will handle Veve at the start? Can it handle it? I don't think it can. With Veve being such a beast, because I know other projects that, yeah, I've been on IMX for quite a bit, and they've been quite poor with the way they've been able to actually like do even like 10,000 mint projects. So I don't know how they're gonna handle Veve personally, but what I say is that Immutable seem to be in the time that Veve were in March. If you've been in Veve in March and April, you'll know the growing pains that Veve had when it came to the app. I think that will be the same with Immutable right now. They're both very, very they're both very, very young companies, and there's going to be a lot of growing pains. So I think at the start there'll be issues, but they'll flesh them out. Do you think the market will tank hard after open because it was closed for so long and Medium articles released and people don't have the chance to sell their collectibles yet? I think there will be a little bit of a dip, but I think people will buy back in pretty quickly. Partners price end of year. If it keeps going the way it's going, it could reach 6 figures, but I just don't know if it will actually reach something like that. Do you think Steamboat Willy Will Commons will have the potential to really skyrocket? I bought one for 1k. I think it still has room to grow, definitely. I still think the ultra rare will always be the best one out of the 3 of them, but I still like don't doubt that it will be really, really good. People love the commons. People love the commons of stuff. People absolutely love the commons of stuff, so I don't get it. I see it. I don't get people obsession with the one-to-ones where they represent value. I'm a one-on-one and I'm not worth millions. Zergis, thank you for coming into the membership, mate. How are you doing? Thank you so much. Have you seen it in the bases and pedestals on Golden Moments? I've saw that they're there. If they actually had any pictures yet. Yeah, I'm a one of one DW. Don't say people paying millions for us. But I understand why people like the uniqueness. It creates an identity for you. But again, so do mint numbers. See on Veve, like mint numbers creates an identity for you. If you're like a sub 100 Todd, that's an identity. That is an identity in itself. I'm the 75th owner of a Todd McFarlane Batman. That's an identity there. I'm a sub 1000 owner of a partner statue. That's an identity. And I understand that people might not like that because they're not unique in their visual. But just in general, I think it's about the identity that you put behind what you own. I have a problem that in another vault I pay $4.20 per 1 gem. Yeah, the transaction fees are a little bit dodgy. Does anyone know will Interior Cards get a new tab? I doubt they'll get a new tab, to be honest with you. I don't think they'll get a new tab. Do you believe in buying gems off platform through Esco, or is it too risky? I think you can do it, but I would always get a trusted person. Always get a trusted person to help you. If you do it through like weird ways and you've never really talked to the person, mate, that's risky. That's very, very risky, personally. I've never bought anything or traded anything through Esco, so I couldn't actually tell you. They're only 25 years old and they are years ahead of the 100-year-old companies. It's unreal when you break them down. Shout out to Alcan when he made them. Yeah, exactly. Alcan really did make Pokemon what it is today. You know, he really did. Same as a lot of other things. People are underestimating the power of Alcan. And this is why I believe that if anyone has the best shot at getting Pokemon, Veve do. You know, we've also got Jeremy Padower, who's very close with the Veve founders. Keeps up with everything, and he already knows the power that Veve hold. And he works with Pokemon. So, you know, there's definitely routes to speak, to talk to them anyway. And I think that gives us at least the best shot that we have. How do you think about the lab? It's has been confirmed to release this year. I think they're great. I think that's just another way that the individual artists can bring utility to their own platform, which I love. Is it better to buy before the drop, a few hours before, or just before? I think you can buy at any point. It's hard to really time exactly when the lowest something will be, but I think any point during then will be fine. Pokemon is genius in the way they sell the same thing 100x and want them all. They have 750 Pokemon and each of those have 4 variants. They sell 1 to 2 games every drop. Exactly, mate. Exactly. They are one of the best at marketing their product. Look at the Pokemon card boom that we had over the... Look at the Pokemon card boom we had over the last couple of years. And I'm guessing we're probably going to have another Pokemon card boom. See if Veve make a Pokemon card. If they get Pokemon cards or Pokemon collectibles, just watch the Pokemon cards boom again. In physical. Watch them boom. I'll call it right here. You'll clip this and we'll see it in like 2025. Pokemon cards will boom. They will boom again. And it'll be with help with Veve. Pokemon Yellow, Blue, Red and Green, all the same game, but you had to buy them all as a major collector. Gold, Silver and Diamond, they come back and they remix the games. Fire, Red, Leaf, Green, they just change slight parts in the games and they make them something that is unbelievable. All the Veve Discord group drama in the last couple of weeks has made me really not want to even make a Discord group. There's nothing wrong with making it, and I also think there's absolutely nothing wrong with discussing prices and maybe giving people like advice on what you can look at. I mean, that's what my channel's about. I tell people about Veve stuff and I tell people what to look at, but I'm not going to say to you, buy this because pump up the price for me because I want to make more money. You know, I think that's where the line kind of crosses it for me personally. But everyone has their own morals in different ways. Some people just don't care, and that's okay. You know, that everyone's different. But for me personally, I'm just not one of those people to say, listen guys, I'm buying this, go buy it as well, and pump up the price for me so I can sell off at a higher price. Be honest, have you turned the thermostat down because of gas prices? Exactly. Like, you have. You do change. You know, you shift your what you're doing because of what the companies push you towards. Was MII, not sure if we saw this. The biggest thing holding NFTs back is the fact that we cannot buy 30k gems. Yes, Tom, I did. I saw it before. But you're totally right. You're totally right. Once we can buy that sort of stuff en masse, I think it will help a lot. There's no point unless they're meant to be animated. They're interactive cards, but I just don't see them making a new place for them. Like, I don't see the point in that. Do you think the market will tank hard after opening? I don't, mate. I don't think the market will tank hard, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people sold off the things they wanted to sell when Disney was announced, so I don't think it will tank hard, to be honest. How much do you think the Jaunty Jig 781 common is worth? I always just look around the mints numbers of all the rest of them and then compare and see what I could price it at. That's when I joined back in March. Just as much of the excitement, I hope there will be understanding. It may crash at the start as I expect. I expected to go tits up. See at the start, see in the beginning. I totally expected to go tits up. I do not expect Immutable to be able to handle everything on Veve right away. I just don't. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think people put their expectations too high of this new industry. Remember, we don't have any history to go off of. See, like when a company sets up a financial advisory company, right? They can look at decades worth of history on what worked right for the financial sector and how to become a good financial advisor. See, for NFTs, you have zero fucking history to go off of. So all you're doing is innovating in a space that's moving in that direction. So all you can do is try your best and hope it works. And with anything, you're going to mess up time and time again, especially when it's innovative. Yo, Zilla, physical Todd for £400, a class deal, by the way. I've not seen any under like 800. Is it brand new as well? Is stacking Wonder Woman a good idea? I think it's a good buy. I sold off to buy a rare Spidey. I mean, if you really like Deadpool, I'd say buy in. He dipped quite a lot. I bought another one again. I've got 9 now because I sold one off. I've got 9 common Deadpools. But I bought between like 90 and 160. I'd say the dip was quite a good dip because he went all the way from like 300 to 200. So I definitely think he's got room to grow. Pokemon will flip the market on its head. Mass consolidation towards current blue chips and Pokemon NFTs, yeah. If Pokemon comes out, I reckon we could see a retraction in the market of about 60 to 70% for some things. Not even kidding you. Genuinely think the market could drop that much. Because people will just go mental. People will go mental over Pokemon. I'd go mental over Pokemon. You know, I'd go absolutely mental. And I know more people are crazier than me. But do you know what that also does? That gives a lot of people the opportunity to buy into things that a lot of people are selling off. Yeah, Randy and Comics and Crypto both do escrow. If you know them personally or you can just message them because, well, I trust them. They're both great guys, and I've seen that they've done very successful with their escrow. So yeah, if you want to do that, you can. The music is fire. What's the playlist? It's actually Harris Heller's Stream Beats. That's what the playlist is. I'm pretty sure we already have Pokemon. Just Veve are taking it slow because they know what will happen with the announcement. Yeah, I believe we do too. You know, we had Disney. They were working on Disney since 2018. I reckon they were working on Pokemon first. I genuinely think they were working on Pokemon as one of the first. Because, you know, David Yu had been a collector for 30 years. They'd talked with Jeremy in 2018. I don't know when they talked with Alcan. Was he in from 2018 as well? But I reckon Pokemon is what their aim was first. I genuinely think Pokemon is what their aim was first. So if they were working on Disney since 2018, they've been working on Pokemon for just as long. Now it may take longer to prove to Pokemon why it's worth their time and their effort to allow Veve to do it, but I still think they've been working on it for a long time. Savage, I would always say, mate, if you're selling, sell for a reason, and if you're just, like, if you're trying, because the common Mickey's class, you know? So if you're selling it for something, then only sell it for something that you really want. Because you've got to think of the tax that takes off when you sell as well. Because you're talking easy like 130 gems or something in tax just from the 1.5k sale. and then you've got to figure out what you want to buy that you think will be better than that over the long run. So that's when you just have to decide what you prefer. I get 25 boxes of Pokemon, do you? Holy crap. I don't have any of my cards anymore, but I've been watching YouTube videos of people opening Pokemon card packs. It's so addicting, man. See if they release something on Veve where it's Pokemon packs. Oh my god, mate. Like, I don't think I'll leave my house. I believe they'll hold Pokemon drops until MTL comes and try to get people to pour money into it instead of pull out. Exactly. See if we're looking at a marketing side of things, it makes sense. When you create sort of news, that could financially hurt your company, what's the best way to keep people coming back in? Announce something that makes sense for them to stay. Pokemon would make the most sense. Or Yu-Gi-Oh! Something like that. See, a card game, that would make the most sense to me. The feed post targeting people who are trying to market manipulate is wild. It's like eBay, like a social feed. Market manipulation posts will eventually have consequences like any market. Exactly, mate. Exactly. As of right now, people haven't really had much consequence when it comes to market manipulation. But if I'm not mistaken, it's against the law. It's against the law. Like, it's against the laws and terms and conditions of many things. So there will be repercussions for some people. I fully expect that to be the case. Veve knows exactly what they're doing. They do. And I think they have a roster of drops to lure more and more collectors during onto the app strategically, of course. So I see you have a good plan to place in MTL. Totally agree with you, mate. Fucking 100%. They're not... That's the thing. People underestimate them. You know? People underestimate them. It's... What makes it so fucking laughable about the people on Twitter and that is like... running the Veve are doing so stupid. They're running the company such a stupid way. Yeah, hold on, mate. It's not running like your fucking Etsy shop or your wee eBay site you've got running up. This is a multi-million-dollar company. A multi-million-dollar company. I think it's a little bit harder than your Etsy shop. You know what I mean? It's fucking hilarious to me, the people on Twitter who think they're these absolute brainiacs of running multi-million-dollar companies that are in a completely new, innovative space. You got for £100. Holy crap, Arms. When did you get that? And where did you get that from? You can send me a link. I'll buy another one. Pokemon is already confirmed. That's what the owner said, I think. No, they've never confirmed Pokemon. And even if they do have Pokemon, it'll be under NDA. They won't be able to say anything anyway. They won't be able to say anything. Fuck yeah, Pokemon crashed, I can buy a Todd. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Should I sell my Mickey altogether to buy the new drop after the second market? What... Zerges, I think it's always important to understand why you would want to sell. You know, if you like the cards more, then great. Then that's fantastic. But you've got a good one with your altogether. You've got a really, really good one with your altogether now. So it's about your understanding of your plan as to why you're doing it, which makes the final decision actually the final decision. He approached in 2018 to, right, okay, so they've been there from a couple of years now. We're now in 2022, 4 years of negotiation, 34 million in sales was November. Surely anyone with a brain would think, hey, you know what? Fair play. 34 million in less than a year, going from like thousands to millions, and yeah, that's surely turning heads. My Todd will happily liquidate it for Pokemon. Whether he's 15k when they release Pokemon or 150k, he's gone for Pokemon. And that's the thing, people are the same. People will have that mentality as well. We need to set up a UK meet for Veve family. I think there is one. I got added to a group chat the other day. I think there's one happening in March or something like that. I don't know who set it up. Unsure who set it up. I can't remember. I need to actually read the chat. I think it's happening in March. So ask around, mate. I'm pretty sure there's a UK one happening. I might actually be going down because I might be going to see my mate as well. Because I'm in Scotland, obviously, so I'll need to fly down and get the train. Bart, we've already moved to Ethereum. So we're on Ethereum now. Yo, Enlighten, welcome in, mate. How you doing? you think Wonder Woman is a good buy? I think she's a good buy. I've got one myself, but I bought her back at 250. Potential price, I think she could easily go to 3k. I do think. If Pokemon packs come out, I beg people buy the first edition packs and then hold them for years. Brady, I would do that, mate. I will 100% be doing that. See if they bring out something with like packs, I will be keeping unopened ones if you can do that. I think Pokemon was the first IPs Veve acquired, then leveraged that to get other IPs. In my opinion, everything in the app has been a try run to make Pokemon release as smooth as possible. That's the thing, see when they were doing drops constantly, right, and they were going wrong, I was always thinking in my head, this is the growing pains that they need to do in order to make sure when they do the big drops, they're okay with that. Now, I know they messed up the first drop when it came to Disney with Bart and Homer, but after that, everything was smooth as fuck. And that wasn't even Veve's fault, that was a third party's fault. What we'd call market manipulation, I guess that would depend on what Veve would class that as market manipulation as a whole. I would say personally for me, it's when just a group of people come together, say we're going to pump up this price and then dump it once everyone runs it up and FOMOs into it. That would be my sort of definition, but it's hard, you know, it's hard to define exactly what it would be for a specific company. Things are moving exponentially faster technologically. Crypto and blockchain tech have been adopted faster than any other new tech, faster than the internet, faster than the smartphone. Exactly, mate. Fish, you genuinely seem very, very smart, mate. Not gonna lie, like everything you've said, I've just loved. I really, really have loved. And you're right. You know, they've been adopted a lot faster. Technology is moving a lot quicker than it ever has been before, and we're moving at a faster pace than we ever had. And that's why I think so many people are so against NFTs, because there's been so much adoption so quickly. They've not had that time to smoothly get their way in. It's one of those things like when you're pushing your comfort zone, you're really uncomfortable in the beginning. You know, you're really, really uncomfortable in the beginning. And I think a lot of people are in that uncomfortable stage where they're just not okay with how fast the world's moving and they don't know how to keep up. If I'm able to go catch Pokemon in the metaverse, you may never hear from me again. I'm the same, mate. You may never see me again. Should I sell my Mickey altogether to buy... I mean, again, it all depends, mate. It all depends. My last question, should I buy Wonder Woman or Wally? I get 2k gems available, or do you have a better suggestion? If you're holding for the long run, they're both good pickups. If you're holding for the long run, they're both good pickups. If you're wanting to maybe make some good profit, you could potentially look to flip some of the ones that are coming out over the next coming weeks, make some good profit with that, buy into those with the profits, and then you have gems to use. I would always say keep some gems for some opportunities that could potentially come your way. Do you play any Apex Legends? Recently I've been playing a little bit of Fortnite and some Rocket League. That's the two games I've sort of been playing. I see Metaverse Ready Player 1 situation within 5 years. Really? Just look at Facebook owning Oculus. The Oculus is one upgrade away from being Ready Player 1 type world. It really will be interesting to see how quickly we develop this, and seeing how fast a sort of Ready Player 1 reality actually becomes that. The one thing that does annoy me, Veve, is checking the market and going back to check the market, it shows nothing. Oh, time, don't even get me started on that, mate. See the amount of times it says there's no market? Oh, mate. I have to close my app so many times to get that to refresh. It is so frustrating. It is so frustrating. Do you feel they'll come out with a Gambit X-Men collectible? Well, they've got X-Men and they've released X-Men already, so yeah, why not? What does this change to Ethereum do to us Veve users? In terms of Veve themselves, if you're just in Veve, not much. Apart from like you're on the blockchain with the transactions. Sergius, thank you so much for the 5, mate. That means the world. Thank you so much, mate. In terms of like being on the Veve app, not much. Like you're still going to use gems, but if you're out with on the sort of, if you're on the outside where you're immutable and you're on OpenSea and all that, you have the potential to in the future to buy things with Omi and all that sort of stuff. So in Veve, I don't think it matters that much at the moment, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a very positive thing for just Veve as a whole. Working on it longer, yeah. No, I feel that. You know, Facebook is gearing up now. They will accomplish amazing things within 5 years, and Veve will be on the same level. If not, Veve will slightly ahead just because they have been working on it longer. Exactly, mate. And it's one of those things where, you know, I know Kay was mentioning that Facebook often do a lot of open source things when it comes to what they create. And if they do that, then they can help all the other companies improve whatever their metaverse is. Because I think, what were Facebook or Meta putting in 100 million or something into that? I'm going to put 6 to 7k on Veve this week. What blue chips would you spend that money on? Disney Golden Moments, personally, if I had 6 to 7k. Gambit will be coming soon. Trust me, the Gambit will be released based on the actual one. Oh, okay. Do you think golden moments will have utility in the near future? Maybe not near future, but I do believe they will have some form of utility. What's your gamer tag on Xbox? I don't have an Xbox, mate. I just use my PC. Love this channel, mate. Great work. I appreciate your bro. Yo, Fish, that means the world to me, mate. Thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate that. Do you mind turning up your mic? Is my mic low? I thought my mic was okay. My mic seems fine. My mic seems alright. I think it's at a decent level. Is it low? I think they could add a trading system, just like Rocket League trading system. I think that could be cool. I think they'd have to watch out in terms of legalities and also fees when it comes to a trading system within. I know some people have came back to me with some issues when it comes to the trading within the system. So it's gonna be interesting. A little low, is it? Wow. I actually have it up full. Let me see if I can add the volume. Mic volume is fine. Let me see if we can add a little bit of gain. Come on, increase. Right, I think that's increased. I'm at 3.4. Let me know if that's a little bit better. I'm trying not to increase it by too much, just so it doesn't massively shift it, but let me know if that's improved at any time. I just got a message, it's hidden because it's for review, and it just says, "You are a fool." Thanks, mate. Thanks, I appreciate that. Your volume is about 50% of any other video I can pull up right now. It's not loud, but I can hear you. Yeah, I don't know why that's the case. Oh, fuck, it went all the way back down to 0. Filters. Can I add gain? Surely I can add gain. Yeah, I can add gain. Okay. We'll add gain to this. Does that... That doesn't even look like it's changing that much, though. I've increased it by 6 decibels. It should be a little bit higher now. I actually thought that the OBS settings were fine. It might have done something with the YouTube live streaming, but I'm not too sure. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I've increased it. It should be a little bit higher now. Hopefully that's good. You're crystal clear. Okay, no problem at all. I know it's all different. It'll be different for everyone because everyone watches on different places, like platforms. And sometimes like TV speakers and all that work differently to laptop speakers and such. So I know sometimes it can be a little bit wonky here and there, but I'm trying to get that happy medium that works for everyone. In regards to OpenSea, what do you think will be the first NFTs to move over? You think it's worth cheeky investment in case they pump on Veve? Do you know what I actually think will happen, right? I think first of all it will be the individual artists like Jermaine Rogers, because he's already released a new one, like it's something like the Homies or something like that on OpenSea. Frank Kozik and all that. I reckon they will pump on Veve, but they'll quickly retract themselves. So my plan, if I were to do that, were to buy in before the announcement, sell after the announcement, and then buy back in after the retraction happens. I have a 4% back debit card. I used to pay my 2% credit card, so all my James purchases are 6% back. I fucking love that. I fucking love that. PC Master Race, you know it. For sure, Growing Pains incoming, but I think they'll work hard to resolve the issues. They have for so long, mate. Every time, Vivi's been one of the ones that have listened to the community for so fucking long. When have you ever seen a company's listen to the community like Vive does? Mind the blind box one we had a couple weeks back where everyone said just change it to a blind box. Literally 2 hours later, they changed it back to the blind box because that's what the community was saying. When have you ever seen a company do that? You know what I mean? That's why I think Vive are just different. Yo, Vapor, welcome in, mate. How you doing? I was watching your PUBG stream the other day. Oh man, I missed that game. How you doing? Welcome in. What's the best market analysis tools to use? Ecomi Wiki, mate. Ecomi Wiki. That's the best for me. Cherry Charts is also amazing. I'd recommend Cherry Charts and Ecomi Wiki. They're both the best ones. What's your golden moment trackings for long term? Partners at the top. R2D2 and Elsa second. C-3PO and Iron Man and Homer, third. Put the Mickey hat at second as well. And then you've got the Avengers logo and Wally at the bottom. So I put that in 4 different tiers. Walt, Elsa, Mickey hat, and who the fuck was the other one I put there? R2-D2, C-3PO, Homer, and some other cunt, Iron Man, and then Wall-E in Avengers. But I don't know. I could be completely wrong. The thing is, right, the Disney Golden Moments are all going to be amazing. But that's just me personally. They literally will all be good. Because they're Disney. You know, at the end of the day, they're Disney. Mic is good. Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. And Veve would be on Ethereum, being able to sell any NFTs in Immutable, can sell for OMI, and then with the OMI to NFT being a thing that'll pump the market up. Yeah. I think it'll pump as well. I think that announcement of things being interoperable will. I love saying that word, by the way. Absolutely love saying that. Interoperable. Oh. Chef's kiss with that. I really do like that. Yeah, it was. It was so good. It was so good. I'm great. Working and listening to your sweet, sweet voice. Amazing to hear. Well, I hope work's going well, and I hope you can maybe learn something. And we're not going to be going for that much longer today, but I really do appreciate you stopping by, and I hope work's going well. Yo, YT5, thank you so much for joining the membership, mate. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for stopping by. Veve has Pokemon that are holding the ace up their sleeve. Mate, see, the thing is, see if just something happens. If something happens like bad with Veve, they just play their trap card, which is Pokemon. Oh, man. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. It's a little high, like 10 to 20% good. I didn't want to make it like overbearing. On OBS, my voice is going to like the yellow bar, and you'll know if you've used OBS, there's a red bar just after that, which is like where it will start to like, the bass will just fuck you. So I'm kind of trying to make it in that yellow area where it's loud enough that most people can hear if they just have it at a decent volume anyway. We'll be able to sell Veve's items outside of Veve eventually. Jim, I believe so, yes. And they've already actually said that there will be interoperable things in the future. It's just going to take some time. Thoughts on Common Comic Original, Low Mint versus Rare or Ultra Rare? I think the Low Mint Common is probably the better way to go, personally. Just my personal opinion. Especially the Low Mint, if it's something that's sought after. I brought a stack of rare comics, but you'd probably have to ask Sleeping in Comics and Crypto for that, because I'm not the genius behind it. Oh, Orion, I see you, legend. How you doing? How you doing, brother? I bought a stack of rare comics this week where the market is down. Easy flip, paid 50, 60 gems, should sell in 2 weeks for 100, 120 plus. That's the thing. Easy profit, mate. Easy profit. You just smoothly roll into what you were doing and buying at the low, selling a little bit of a pump. I buy my gems on eBay. All right, you can do that. Never knew you could do that. Awesome, mate. Sometimes you buy collectibles on eBay. Never knew you could do that. I genuinely didn't know you could even do that. That's awesome. Also, I'm here to learn about NFTs. I'm a boomer. Mate, it's great to see that you want to learn. You know, I always love seeing people who have an open mind to it. I understand there's a lot of issues, and I know there's a lot of issues for some things that a lot of people complain about. But when people have an open mind, they often learn a lot more than they would if they just closed their mind to it instantly. You always were that type of person anyway. Whenever I spoke to you, you were always a very open-minded person, so... I'm not surprised you're okay with learning about it. I think realistically, only 20 to 25% pump on OpenSea. Those in the NFT space should know about Veve, but by now, don't you think? I think a lot of people do. There's a lot of people in the big players who know about Veve. I think they're just waiting for the right time to get in. And that's again, see if Veve play their fucking trump card where they've got Pokemon. I think other people would just realise, holy shit. Cheers for all the question answers. Feel like I'm poking the monkey every 2 seconds. No worries at all, mate. I'm here to answer the questions as best I can. I'm never going to get it right all the time, but I'm here to try and help. And some other cunt. I mean, there's some other cunt that does the golden moments, isn't there? When Veve implements the queue system, I hope they occasionally do bind boxes. I hope they do. It's actually, Orion and I talked about that quite a lot. We both made videos on it. Do you think Epico Regal could be used as a part of the drop system? I fucking hope so, mate. But, Orion and I were talking deeper about how we can make the drop system gamified and actually be a lot of fun. but it seems like Veve are just going for the mass adoption route rather than the actual, like, rather than the gamification route. Adam, thank you so much for the 2. Steamboat Mickey, comment or FA Joker to buy pick. Oh, good. That's a good one, actually. That's a hard one. Personally, I'm going for Joker. What's up, Andrew? Keep up the great work. One day I will be with you. Marky, thank you so much for stopping by, mate. Welcome in. I hope you're having a great day so far. I hope you're having an amazing day so far. There's probably a lot of us watching work. Yeah, there probably is. There probably is. Well, I hope you're all doing work, and I hope you're all doing it well. Get what, Rick? I saw your comment, mate. Don't worry, you didn't need to retract it. Don't worry, I have no issue with you saying shit like that. I'm glad you found it humorous. Orion, I hope you're having a great day so far, mate. Carissa, welcome in. Happy Thursday. How you doing? Later, man. Thanks for live. Shane, have a great rest of your day, mate. Thank you so much for stopping by. You think Iron Man being an FA, although being a golden statue hurts it? I think Iron Man being released as his coloured would do better. Jonathan, I said that actually when he was released. I think if they release Iron Man with his suit and they can fly, it will do really well. Like, really well. This is the first time I haven't missed the boat. Hype for 22, been holding since March. Feels like 7 years. Nice, mate. Love it. And same here. So this is the first time I've been able to be a part of, like, a new innovative space. I wasn't here for social media. I wasn't here for the internet. Well, I was, but I was too young to even understand it. So now I get this opportunity to see how the world reacts to something that scares most people. Are there bots on Veve? Yes, of course there are. There are always bots wherever there's a place to make money. There's always bots wherever there's a place to make money. No one can stop all bots ever. But when you have the best systems in place, you can do the best to mitigate the high levels of risk that bots can cause. So yeah, there are bots on Veve. Nothing wrong with admitting that. That's just a fact of the matter. Where there's good people helping others, there's bad people stealing from others. It's just the way of life. Yo, Thomas, welcome in. What are your thoughts on NFTs in video games? I think it's a great idea for the things like microtransactions. You know, see like things in Fortnite where you buy like skins. I think that'd be awesome to implement as NFTs where you get some form of ownership over what they do right now. When people talk about NFTs as games, like play to earn games, right now there's not a model that works where people can earn money and there's not the majority of those who lose out. So I do and would like to see something like CSGO do, where you can buy and sell and trade the items that you get, where you have some form of ownership for them. I'd like to see games implement that with NFTs. I would really like to see games do that. I think that's a good first step to allow people more ownership. Because when you buy any microtransaction, when you say it on something like Rocket League or OpenSea or anything like that, you don't own it. You know, they can take it away in the blink of an eye and you have no ownership over that. Whereas when you can sell it, you know, you have some other laws protecting that to an extent, you know, and I do think that's a good step. They probably had Pokemon first. I just saw a video on Alcans talking about it in 2018. That's the thing, they were always focused on it from the beginning. I think that was always their number one target. And I think now they're going to be able to share more than ever. Like, this is the case. Do you buy any NFTs on Solana? I don't personally, mate. I don't personally. I was unlucky to score the 319 Croc. Nice, should have selfie the Disney. Love the videos. It did take quite a dip. I would say potentially wait until after the drops happen and people start to buy back in. Maybe we see quite a rise in it. And if you're just planning to hold for the long term, then that's okay. But if you do just want to sell off to get into Disney stuff, then I think that could potentially be a better hold for the long term. Especially if you're buying stuff like the FA and things in Disney. I'd say Joker too. Yeah, Joker just seems like the better option purely based on like Season 1, FA. Like, there's a lot going for the Joker. And it's not to say Steamboat Willie's bad. It's just, that's what I would say. Joker versus Joe Batman. It's a fucking tough one again, man. Personally, I'm going to say Joker again. Maybe. Season 1, no. First ever season dropped. Like, that's hard to beat. Nah, I'm going to say Joe. I'm going to say Joe with that one. How do you think how much Marvel Comics Secret 1 could be in the future? I could see that being $250,000. Like, I could see that happening, not gonna lie to you. Yo, Cooks, welcome in! Mate, love the serious idea of showing how to flip and make money on the market for the 1k to resale. I'm definitely going to be doing, like, tons of things when it comes to it. I'm going to try a whole bunch of different techniques for the market. And not just go for, like, a normal one. I'm going to try to do a bunch of different things. I DM'd you on Twitter regarding your attempt to sell your Deadpool at 3k. You told me 5k before and 3k. I know. I took it down, Oscar. I've not got it up anymore. It didn't sell. I didn't sell it. I'm waiting on it. Because my original sell point, Oscar, was 3k, but I saw it rise quite quickly above that, so I was going to think maybe 5k I could actually get for it, but then I was a little bit over ambitious with that, so now I'd say my sell point is probably like 3 to 3.5k. I'm okay with that, because there's other things I think I can make more money with in the short term, over the long term, when I do sell it for something like that. Catwoman FA is majorly slept on. Season 1, movie in March coming out, Pump incoming. I have 2 of her and kept her for so long. Definitely something I want. Wonder Woman at 1.3. Is it 1.3k? Wow. Steamboat Willie is at 950. Yeah, I still think Wonder Woman has things to grow. No worries at all, Oscar. I'm going to be ending soon. I need to go and get some shit done. Who wouldn't want to own their game characters and be able to take profits in a game you like to play? It's a no-brainer. When AAA games take reward in their players... Yes, exactly. And you know the thing is as well, companies can make money off of it. Companies can make money off of it. Sell your NFTs like your crypto... we'll take Fortnite, for example, right? You sell NFTs on your platform, like microtransactions, with big companies, because they already partner with things like Disney and Marvel and all that sort of stuff. We saw that already on Fortnite. Sell them as NFTs, and sell them just the way as your microtransaction with like the Fortnite bucks or whatever, V-Bucks or whatever it's called, right? And you can sell them for V-Bucks, which can be transferred to something else with whoever you'd like on a market. And they take a fee for what you're doing. That means the licensor gets money, the company gets more money than they would, and people can buy in and sell into what they want. It works in some instances. There's definitely some grey areas that would need to be fleshed out, but I think it's a good move. Companies make more money, licensors make more money, and you have more ownership of what you buy. I can't remember the stat. How much is spent on microtransactions? Game developers have learned to take advantage of this new revenue source. It's estimated that only 5 to 20% of game communities take part in microtransactions, and the amount they spend vary. However, this is still a significant amount, as the revenue generated is enormous for free-to-play games. So even at 5 to 20%, you're talking about Fortnite having hundreds of millions. How many people play Fortnite? With more than 80.4 million monthly active users. So you're talking close to about 16 million of the highs buying microtransactions. If you're saying 16 million times by what, £10? So you're what, 160 million just there for buying one thing at a tenner? And that's not including all the people who spend way more than a tenner. That's one game. And then think of transaction fees that you would get. Think of the money you would make on transaction fees from people buying and selling. Once I can get some gems, I'm fully joining the private group. I don't have a private group. See, with things like market stuff, I don't actually have a private group. The membership, I do talk about like market stuff, but the membership's mostly just to support the channel. If I am going to do something like a private group in the future, I would implement it with my habit stuff, where I'd actually help people build better habits and money mindset habits for themselves within NFTs, and teach them about NFTs as well. But as of right now, I don't actually have like any private group like that. The thing that separates from you from other content creators is that you always have research to back up what you say. I mean, I always think that's important. I'm a very big person into statistics and data-driven stuff. So when I teach people about habits and all that sort of stuff, I do it with data. So when I do stuff like this, I try to do it with data as best I can. Now, of course, there's things I get wrong. Definitely things I get wrong all the time. But the more data you have, you know, the less that people can actually deny that the statements are real, you know, because it's factual data that you're showing. And I always like when people provide me with statistics and data, because it shows the reality of the situation. Fish, mate, thank you so much to 5. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. That really means a lot. What do you say to people that hate on Veve because we don't technically own the NFTs? You don't technically own much in life. See your house, people have to mortgage that off against the bank. They don't own the house until the mortgage is paid off. See your car, people pay monthly for a car. They don't actually own the car. They just have it, but they still use it, and they still buy it, and they still overpay what they're doing. We buy so many things that we don't technically own, but we do own them, and to an extent, you know? So at the end of the day, most things in life we don't actually own. Bigger organizations control things in centralized like environments. So to me, it's one of those things where it's like, you don't own much in life. Most bigger people control more than you do. And it's not to say you don't own it. I think there's still instances where you do actually own the NFTs. You did pay for it. And there's a blockchain data that you do own it. But there's a lot of things in life that people don't realize that they don't actually own and are willing to just fucking shit on other stuff. Yo, Rick, have an amazing rest of the day, mate. Thank you so much for stopping by. Facial, I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much for asking. I hope you're having a good day so far. Yo, Kaya, welcome in. How's it going? Anyone buying the OX apes? I'm not, mate, personally. You? I literally had the same thought process. Love it. Absolutely love it. When I got into VE, I had about $30. Now I have a Deadpool Uncom and a Jaunty Jig. And a House of X. You know what I mean, Savage? Things can change very quickly for you. I started out with 300 gems on the account. Now I have put more gems in. That I've not put more than 1,000 gems into Veve over the whole course of this time. But I didn't put more than 300 in for a very long time. And I've been able to get up to what I'm at today. And I'm very proud of my portfolio. You're going to hit 50k, mate. I don't even imagine that we hit 7k. Never mind 50. It's fucking nuts, mate. It's absolutely nuts. What do you think about the upcoming drops versus Golden Moments and Steamboat? The upcoming drops will do fantastic. I think they will. But I still think the Golden Moments will reign supreme over all of them over the long run. Personally. I think some of the FA cards will do fantastic. And if maybe some utility is added to these cards in the future, maybe they could do better. But I just think Golden Moments represents what Disney is. I think Golden Moments is like the golden of Disney. What they release anyway at the moment. Do you think migration will come with Veve releasing new things in the app like cash out or the MCP program? I do think they will start to implement those things further, but I still think they're continuously working them even when the migration was going on or it wasn't, you know? You've helped me with my strategy. You're awesome, bro. Love your channel, Fish. That means a lot, mate. That really means a lot. Thank you so much. Do you think new users will be discouraged of high prices in the future? I think most of them will be out of reach in the future for new users. So this is where my idea of bringing in a card game where you can buy packs whenever you like is the best way forward. Because I agree, I think over the long run, if we continue to build our community, there's a lot of people who don't get drops for 7, 8, 9, 10 consecutive drops. How many people do you really think will stay after not getting 10 drops? There won't be many. Veve need to do something where there's something available that they can do to make them get the ick for collecting. The spark for collecting. That will keep them there. That will add retention rates. That will add more users to the base and have more people talking about Veve. Free advertisement is one of the best ways of advertising your company. Word of mouth is one of the best ways you can actually build up your customer base without actually paying for anything. It's been one of the best live streams I'm in due to the great interaction with us. Really learning a ton. I appreciate it. Yo, Angel, I don't know if it's Angel or Angel or Angel. Thank you so much, mate. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're having an amazing day so far. And I'm glad you're enjoying it. Go South, what's up, mate? How you doing? My profile bit is one of them got a Fets hat. Nice, mate. Love it. Absolutely love that. I'll need to look at them a little bit more. You got a crazy portfolio, but one sweater. Switch up. Wait, one sweater? Oh, my jumper. Sorry, mate. Sorry, I hadn't know. In the UK, in Scotland, we don't use sweater. I don't really see that word often, so it caught me off guard. I'm glad you're enjoying the content, and I hope you're having a good day, mate. I've storm animated some Deadpools. Would you roll them into the Golden Moments? If you're talking long term, mate, if you're going long term, I think it's a good move. But it's a hard one because you have to be convicted in that plan, you know what I mean? Because Storm and Deadpool I think will do great, but when we're talking like those things that people will classify as grails, Storm, I just don't see that being the case. You know, Disney golden moments, I see that being something that people talk about. I don't think new users will be discouraged because new things are always dropping, and there will always be pretty affordable things, especially if they start slightly increasing the edition sizes. I agree too. I do agree. See, like with the Marvel Mighties, how there'll be 13 gems. The average consumer can get into them. The comics, the average consumer can get into them. I think what discourages people a little bit more is that not getting them. You know, when they don't get them and they really want them. I think we need to find that happy medium where there can be something bought on Veve that is collectible, worthy, that the majority can get into. Do you know WALL-E is featured in every Pixar movie? Wait, WALL-E is? I knew the Pixar one, the Pixar car is. I didn't know WALL-E was. I knew the Pixar car was. That's why I think a lot of people slept on the Pixar car. Because they don't actually know what it is. See the Pixar truck? That's featured in every single Pixar movie that's ever been made. It's like an Easter egg within an Easter egg. Spidey 2099. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be going for that. Donald Duck as well. Try to sell my 95 common Mickey for some golden moments, but no luck. It's hard because the lower you get with the mints, the harder it is because the more price people are going to have to pay, and you're going to have to find a specific person who wants to buy it at that price. So Deadpool Secret Rare for golden moments would eventually be a good move. Personally, I think so. I imagine one of the Veve devs watching this stream and hearing about your card game idea. SpongeBob meme. Write that down. Write that down. Write that down. You know the funny thing is, right, I think I get this question quite a lot. Well, not a question, it's more of like a statement of me to talk to the devs or whatever of who I know in Veve. I've never spoken to anyone who runs Veve. Like, I've not spoken to anyone who runs Veve. I've never spoken to Reese, I've never spoken to Alex, I've never spoken to David or Dan or anyone or Trevor. Like, I've never actually had contact with any of them. And people ask me, like I talk to them on a regular basis. I've never spoken to any of them. I've never had any type of contact with them. I hope they do, like, I hope they listen to the content, and I hope they enjoy it, and I hope they can maybe take some notes from it, from what I do. But I always find it interesting when people think I'm pure mates with them. I've never spoken to them. I've never spoken to any of them. I hope to change that soon. Like, I genuinely do hope to change that. I want to see how I can support Veve more and become better at supporting what Veve is. But I always find it funny when I get those comments. Will there be an airdrop for a full set owners of golden moments? I kind of hope there is. I don't have the full set. So, in a way, I kind of hope they give me time to get them all. I think there could be, but I don't really know what they would do. Because I think if that were the case, they would do all of them apart from Walt. And then if you hold them all, you get the Walt as the airdrop. You know what I mean? But they dropped the Walt, so I don't know. What I've always said since the start, all you need is one good drop and you'd be willing to sacrifice. Exactly. I sold my Ultra Rare Rally when it released for 3.9k and changed everything. Exactly, mate. You know, I sold a Todd, and I sold my duplicate Todd and Superman for the partner statue at 2.1k. I sold Todd for 1.1k and I sold Superman for 770 gems. And I bought Walt at 2.1k. Never looked back. Never looked back. Scariest fucking thing I've done. Never looked back, but one of the best decisions I made. I think that's why they came out together. Interesting. Never actually knew that with WALL-E. I knew the Pixar truck was. Never knew that with WALL-E. Will Marvel Mighties come in blind box? Yes, it's blind box. Blind box this weekend. When can we swap our gems into other crypto? I doubt you'll be able to swap gems for crypto. It'll more be gems for fiat. Listen to you while driving to work has been a vibe. Thanks for the chill and informative stream. No worries at all, mate. Brady, I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, and I hope you're driving safe. Do you think it's possible to see a Marvel Mighties game this year? Unless it's really, like, easy? No. If it's a more complicated game, I'd say maybe in the next 2 years. The Planet Pizza Truck features in Pixar's first movie, Toy Story. It appears in almost every one of the animation studios except The Incredibles. It's interesting that they never done The Incredibles. I actually thought it was in The Incredibles as well. Right now, a lot of new users think Veve is a scam because they can't get drops. I know. I always find that funny when new users think it's all just bots. People do get the drops. I think people were overestimating, you know, like, the people who speak about the bots on there are a lot louder. FD, thank you so much for the subscription, mate. People who are negative are often a lot louder than those who are positive. So what you often see on social media is a lot more of the negativity rather than the positivity. Kramer, thank you so much for the subscription, mate. Welcome in. And that's why I think when people see the things like bots on Twitter, they go mental, you know, because they think it's everyone. But in reality, it probably is a very small percentage, but it just doesn't seem like that way because negativity is so easy to project anyway. Do you think blind boxes are easier to win for whatever reason? I do, mate, but I don't know why. I do, but I have no fucking idea why. I've always been able to win more when it's blind boxes, and I don't know why. And I think everyone else is the same. And I couldn't tell you a reason why. I got 3 Deadpool secret rare. Should I sell one of them now for its floor? Or stake Marvel Mighty Spideys or not flipping now? Personally, Red Ghost, if I'm you, I'm selling like early next week. Especially if the prices run up a little bit. And then buying into whatever I want that I'm excited about. Because you have 3. And the rule of 3 is, you know, you buy one to keep, you buy one to sell, and you buy one to do whatever the fuck you want with. And I think it's a good sale, definitely. Especially if you bought lower. You know, if you bought lower. I bought my Deadpool secret rare at 1600 gems. So I don't mind what the hell I sell it at now. Do you think the NFTs are tied to the gems, USD, or Ecomi? What if Ecomi prices go past 1 USD? How will that affect the value of NFTs? Sorry, I'm cheating on a multi-question. No problem at all, Dinosaur. Do you think NFTs are tied to the gems? The NFTs are tied to the gems in general. But I think there will come a part where, because people will be able to buy with Omi, there will be some form of like balancing act between the price of Omi that you can then buy on an immutable with, and the gems that you buy with on Veve. Because for some things, it might actually make sense to buy Omi to buy the collectible on immutable than to buy gems to buy it on the Veve app. You know, so it's going to be a hard balancing act. And you're probably actually going to get some good deals in the beginning, figuring out which one is better to buy. If Iron Man will fly, sold my bank account. Nice. Wish the market would open already. Is it still not open? Yeah. I'm guessing we won't get it till tomorrow morning or something like that. My goal is to reach 10k. Nice, mate. Absolutely love that. Not sure what I'll buy or sell yet. It's hard. It's hard. It's a hard decision. It's a hard decision when it comes to that. When's market back online? I actually don't know, mate. I don't know when they'll be doing it. He was trolling with that Wally comment. Was he? Oh, damn it. I didn't think Wally was in all of them because I always just knew it as the Pixar one, but who knows. 2099 is one of my favourite. Is the character has been the first ever secret rare. Mighty's God damn, I need it. I really like it. I didn't really know of that before. Cyber, thank you so much, mate. I really do appreciate that. Welcome into the family. I didn't know about 2099 Spider, so I do definitely want it, but I don't have enough gems at the moment. Because new users get confused about where the buy button is. Could definitely be that, actually. What set are you guys going for, Mickey or Spidey? I'm going for both, but completing sets-wise, I would rather complete the lenticular cards. Just purely because it's the first one. Just purely because it's the first one. When can I cash out in Veve? We've had no specific date yet, mate, so I'm not actually sure. Wall-E won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, was nominated for the Best Original Screenplay, Best Original Score, Best Original Song, Sound Editing, and Sound Mixing. Oh my god, holy crap, fair play. Wall-E killed it. Batman Battle Statue. Potential blue chip. I wouldn't class it as a blue chip, personally. My blue chips are like the Secret Rare Spider-Man, Todd McFarlane Batman, Walt Disney statue. I don't class that as a blue chip, personally. How deep are you into the token? Any ratios you can give? How deep am I into the token? I have a fair whack. I'll say that. I have a fair whack. I'm not a fucking whale. Like, I don't have that money. I'm a uni student at the end of the day, but I have a fair bit. I think if they give airdrops to stuff like Golden Moments, they cost so much. I don't think it's a fair to get rich quick movement. No, I get that. I completely understand that, Bradley. I don't know if it would make sense for Disney to do that. I think it would make more sense to add utility rather than give another free airdrop. I think it would make more sense to do that instead, but... Do you think Donald Duck is more significant than Mickey's bird? Nah, I'd still say Minnie's maybe more significant than Donald Duck. personally. I think people, yeah, I think they're all very significant, but I still think Mini beats Donald. 2022 price prediction for Omi. If we get onto good exchanges in that, I could see like 3 or 4 cent, something like that. I think that could be a good start for this year. I think 2099 will appear in the next Spider-Verse. I remember right, not financialized, but I say it's a big hodl. I do want to get it, personally. Like, I do really want to get it. It's just whether or not I'll ever have the gems for it, because I will be putting money into other things. How much money do you have, and how much do you put in the app? I am going to be putting probably like the tier 2 or something onto the app. I don't know about everything else. I'm not 100% sure. My top 2 favourites of the weekend. Nice. I like that. What do you think about the Labbits? I like them, but I don't do that much research on them. Is it Frank Kozik? Yeah, Frank Kozik's awesome. He is really, really awesome. I do like him. I don't have them personally anymore. I did used to have some of the Labbits. I think they'll be great, and Frank Kozik continues to add good utility to it. It's just, it'll be interesting to see what goes on and how it moves forward with it and what he's doing. But, chat, I am going to be heading off. I've got to get some shit done before I head off for the rest of the night. But thank you so much for another incredible stream. I had such a blast chatting with all of you, hanging out. It's always good. We're coming close to 7,000 subscribers, which is absolutely nuts. Thank you all so much for the support and everything that you're doing for me. It really, really means a lot. And I appreciate everything that you're doing for me and everything that you're supporting me and doing. It truly, truly means a lot. So thank you so much. I hope you all have an incredible rest of your night. Spend some time with family. Spend some time with friends. Tell people you love them. We've got a finite amount of time on this planet, and it's always important to appreciate those around you. But I hope you have an amazing rest of your night. I hope when the market opens back up, we all get some good fucking deals and we get these drops tomorrow. But I'll catch you all soon. Have a fantastic rest of your night.